Hello, everybody listening to this VOD later, which might be me, might be my friends. Welcome back to Dice Fables, Tomb of Annihilation. We are enjoying this adventure. This is session 11. We are currently lost in the jungle. I'm joined today by Mia playing our languid Lucia, Aurora. We have Guy playing our outgoing Olaf, Brandtrokk. We have Abby playing our exquisite Elspeth, Amirasdottir. And we have Riley playing our humble hope, Amirasen. Yeah, we are joined today after a number of days wandering in the wilderness. In particular, what happened yesterday while wandering in the wilderness.
There were more helmet shenanigans.
Yeah, somebody got possessed.
I remember everything now. Okay, so basically at the beginning of the evening, we went out to camp and we realized that Elspeth was being taken over by the helmet. Something with a gondol, I believe, was the entity in the helmet. We didn't really learn the name as a party.
Wand wielder.
Gondol Wand Wielder, outrider of the Allfather.
Yeah, and a bit of a struggle and trying to figure out what's going on with Elspeth. We eventually came to a conclusion that Elspeth has the facilities of her own body again, so we'll leave it to it, but we're all remaining vigilant about it. And we started to make our way over to Kirsabal. On the way, I think we saw a Cyclops having lunch, so we tried to make a diversion.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
To get around it,
yeah,
but that inevitably led to a sinkhole filled with what we believe to be poisonous frogs. And also, these
frogs. They made me throw up.
These quippers. I'm going to get to the throw up. So the quippers were like almost like piranhas, or RP, I guess, where they were basically just trying to get to us while we were in the water because it was about waist deep for most of us, or about drowning while standing for Levi. After we dealt with the quippers, some of us reaching out of the water, some of us floating in the air with angel wings, and so on. We found... Lucia found a stone door that's been a bit eroded.
And she did not approve of your shenanigans. They were unsanctioned shenanigans.
And with the skeleton of a dragon in the water, which we assume to be a green dragon based on the skeleton and skull, we eventually figured out that the way to open the door is to apply some kind of poison to it.
We didn't figure that out. We did not figure that out.
I figured it out.
I was very generous after you guys had some very bad rolls. And tried so hard.
Truth be told, I was about to start throwing frogs at the door. I don't know if that would have worked, but that was my next plan.
That was my idea. If you guys didn't put it together, I figured the dragon's effect on the ecosystem. It hadn't been there long, but I put the frogs there where even if you didn't think to put any poison on it, there was something in the environment that would help.
Yeah. I just don't think if we had any poison on us. Anyways,
but instead,
somehow Elspeth touched a frog and then vomited through the helmet that's currently fused their head.
Yep.
We sort of hand waved that. Maybe there's like slits where the mouth should be.
The same way that she eats. It's the same way that she vomits.
It's kind of like Optimus Prime, where like he's got a mask, but he also has a mouth, and it's works somehow.
Yeah. Anyways, we found within quite the treasure trove of items, but obviously the not the remains of a horde, but the beginnings of a horde being moved.
Yeah.
So we've realized that there must be a secondary or primary location for this Green Dragon's horde where we might find what we're looking for, or at least what Olaf's looking for. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we ended that session.
There was a wand inside of the femur, right?
There was, yes.
There was.
Did you identify that one yet? I don't remember.
I thought it was crossbow bolts, or was there also
maybe
a wand?
It was... I don't remember. Let's see.
I remember that...
I can always go back to that section in the very confusing...
Oh no,
TM
glistening
tools.
wand and also +1 bolts.
That's what it is. Yeah, I think the wand... I think you're right. I think the wand was in the femur. And the bolts were their own thing. Land of Chult... This was... Nope, I don't remember where it was. Needle's Bones. Nope, nothing. Of metal material? No. Anyway, that all happened. You
we
figured out that
things so.
this massive adult dragon that you presumed to be green was pinned into this pit when she was transferring her horde and killed by a dragon or a goblin clan. The other thing that I remembered was you spotted an adult red dragon. Oh, sorry, what you figure is a young red dragon heading west, which is that red arrow on the map, which I will bring you all to. Boom! We are in the northeast corner of Chult at the moment. Oh, sorry, northeast. Never eat sour watermelon. You guys are in the northeast over here.
In England, we say never eat soggy Weetabix because we're British.
Oh,
no,
geez.
we don't.
That's gross.
No, we don't.
That was the most deadpan.
Wait, what did you?
I love it.
Did you learn the elephant one?
No, never eat shredded wheat.
Oh, okay. Maybe the soggy Weetabix is an Australian one.
Huh.
I thought y'all were the same. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Whoa! Whoa!
Wow.
Whoa!
I'm so sorry.
Whoa!
Just because you have like 3 different passports, you think you're better than us.
Yeah, a United Kingdom passport and an Australian passport.
Yeah. Here in Canada, we say never eat sour watermelon because we have watermelons here.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Because Canada's a weird place that has both deserts, hot deserts and cold deserts.
I didn't know the sour watermelon thing.
Oh. Maybe it's an American thing then, because I grew up right on the border with Detroit.
I think
That would make sense as an
Yeah.
American
It was
thing.
always-
They are extremely racist,
like,
and that
there's
seems
a
like it would be a
we.
racist thing. Oh, really?
The west east is
Yeah.
we,
Yeah.
and then I just remembered north south.
I don't know. It feels like it would have racist
Like
backgrounds.
if you
though.
put north on top, then you say we.
Oh.
Right,
Huh.
shall we carry on? Carry
Anyway.
on then to get back?
Yeah. You guys were delayed in the evening because of that Cyclops avoidance. You got a little bogged down in the swamp, got a little bit lost when you found the sinkhole, which is called Needle's Bones. It's now on the map for you. You're not going to get out of this segment of the jungle before nightfall. So what's the plan here, party?
What time's it right now?
Right now, when you guys finish in there, we've been breaking up the day into 3 parts. So you would have arrived here probably around dinner time, so 5 o'clock or so. So after the kerfuffle with the quippers and the figuring out the door and stuff, that couldn't have been more than an hour. So you're maybe about 6 o'clock here.
All right. We can probably get like a few more hours of travel in then, right?
Okay. Yeah, get closer to the edge of this hex.
Yeah.
That'll work. All right. In that
If
case...
everyone else.
Yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, if everyone else is okay with traveling a bit more.
yeah, seems reasonable.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to roll over here because it's still faster to roll a physical dice than to type the thing in the keyboard there. Although I could make a macros that's just to roll a d20. Make this faster.
Yeah.
I'm figuring that stuff out today. That's what I was telling everybody else before you got here, Abby. I'm finally using the tools at my disposal. Okay. So, what's the deal? You go walking. Do you have a plan while you're walking? What's your walking order?
I think Lucia is in the front again, together with Asaka, and she doesn't really want to talk with the others at the moment.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
As we're walking, Elspeth is prying the small diamond she got infixed into her holy symbol out.
Okay. All right. So it sounds to me like the parties have separated a bit as you're walking, with Lucia and Azaka pulling ahead. Yeah, I think it's
Olaf is not going to let that happen. More trying to at least be between so he can see both parts of the party, so that there isn't a clear division.
Olaf does have a very golden retriever energy where he can tell, like, when people are upset, he's like, I gotta mediate this. If Olaf had a tail, it would be tucked between his legs.
He's very upset.
Yeah.
Why are my parents fighting?
Why are my parents fighting?
Oh, Dad, are you gonna get divorced?
And yeah, I imagine Levi's probably lingering back with you guys. I would assume Hope is as well. Riley, you can chime in if you want to jump into any of these conversations. I think Azaka would turn to you as you're walking, Lucia, and she would say, got to get my strong lumberjack voice in. What's the matter?
I don't know. It just... Before we left, I thought we all had the proper goal, the same goal. But now they just seem like the everyday adventurers that just want to slaughter stuff and get gold.
Agreed.
Like at the beginning, they argued that they need it for supplies and all that kind of stuff. But we have everything we need to continue on. And now they're just getting distracted over and over again.
I think she's going to look back at the rest.
thought.
Sorry. I'm sorry. I rambled. What did you say?
It is just not quite what I thought this group dynamic would be, I guess.
Yeah, she's going to look back at the rest of them and look back at you. And she's going to nod. And she'll say, you do seem the most intense of the lot of them. We'll save your moms, one way or other.
Thank you. We will. I'm sure of it. Somehow.
Somehow. At that point, you hear a loud caw roar sound from overhead. It's kind of a. I'm trying sound effects now. From overhead. Anybody that would like to can give me a perception check based on sight.
Ooh. But it's late, right?
Yeah, you'd be at disadvantage from the light. Lucia.
Disadvantage or not?
You're going to be looking up at the sky, so disadvantage. Because it's bright. So.
It's not dark
Oh,
enough.
sorry, my advantage filter is still on.
Oh.
It's just a
That's okay.
5. Did they change the font on Roll20?
They might have. It's looking smoother than
I
it
don't
used to be.
think so.
Don't like it. It's too smooth, like a chicken breast.
That is a very strange comparison. You're an interesting person, guy.
I heard it once, it stuck.
Okay. Weirdly, Lucia still has the best perception despite having disadvantage. Yeah, same with
Smooth
Hope.
like chat.
Yeah. So you're all glancing up at the sky, worried about what you might see. Lucia, it takes you a hot minute, so you just catch the tail end of them. There are some massive bird-looking creatures overhead. You can't get a count on them because you only rolled a 12, but there are some massive bird-like creatures overhead. Though they have freakishly long necks. That's all you can really make out. Because again, 12, not that great. You're squinting up at the sky. You just see these silhouettes of something flying overhead.
Definitely not my forte looking at the bright sky.
No. You can give me one for Azaka if you want, actually. We have our NPC with us.
Nope.
Nope, a 10.
The one that can't see well in the light. So that's the best.
Yep,
in a
yep.
group of 6 people.
Yep.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah. So that's what you saw there. That's what you find. It's not too much longer until the sun goes down and you're going to have to find a place to set up camp. Give me because you're the ones that spotted them, Lucia, give me a survival check. Just to see how well... never mind. I was going to say how well you managed to get your way out of there. But with a critical, where would you like to be? You're not going to get out of the swampy terrain, but where would you like to be with a natural 20 in the swampy terrain?
I would like to be in one of the spots that is not as stinky as the others, which is nice and covered from above, considering that there's huge bird-like things out.
Okay.
And make camp likely a bit above ground, maybe in the treetops.
Okay, so you're going to try to find something elevated that has a lot of overhead cover.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. You certainly do. You're making your way through the woods. You find a number of very densely packed together willows, and you sort of find one of them that's toppled over onto another one, and you're able to scramble up this fallen over willow that's being held up at an angle by the other ones. So it almost feels like a floor, just raked at sort of a 30-degree angle. So you have to be careful which way you're laying so you don't roll down. But yeah, you're able to get a good 20 feet off the ground. You've got just so much canopy above you. You're feeling pretty safe. That being said, I would like all of you to make a group stealth check. Because Lucia has warned you about something overhead.
Well, second Lucia, not doing so well.
Yeah. All right, so that's...
A lot of very bad ones.
Yeah. That's only one success. So, it's not too late into your settling up into camp.
1 second, I need to do Fenrir's roll.
Oh, sure.
I don't think it matters at the moment.
It's not going to make much of a difference. That was one success of the party.
Really? With a 13?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to make an NPC sheet for Levi. We just won't count them in this encounter. They'll be a
5.
non-combatant going forward.
You know what? I shouldn't have said anything.
Yeah. It didn't improve things. Let's
Could be worse anyway.
Let's jump to our random battle map real quick. Just in case. Just in case.
Just precaution. Who knows what happens?
Just precautionary. Yeah, and let's draw real quick our little fallen tree here. Let's get a nice forest green, and we'll make sure we're actually on the token layer. So we'll have a fallen tree that's like that, and then that's the broken part at the top of the tree. Then you've got maybe a tree there. This. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll just do another one here. There's a bunch of really close trees to each other. Hey, listen. Get your mind out of the gutter. We're playing Dungeons and Dragons. I was just trying to draw the branches of the tree that the willow had fallen onto, but okay then.
There have never been any sexual innuendos.
There has never been any sexual content.
Listen, hear me out. That's just a guy offers you a string cheese. That's just the hand. Hope?
Yes. What were you saying, Riley?
Hey, listen. Sorry, you said hey, listen, and that just reminded me of Zelda.
Okay, so fuck. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Honestly, it looks like a guy trying to offer you a string cheese, and he only has 3 fingers.
There we go. Thank you, Guy, the one person without a dirty mind. So yes, you're on the trunk of a fallen tree.
I honestly have no idea what the dirty thing you guys keep saying it is.
Bless you, Riley.
Like
I love you so much. You're my favorite person.
Okay, get your shit checked.
How does that look like it?
I mean,
I don't get it.
before I throw the other branch. Anyway, my point is the tip which you guys were camping on.
Pardon?
Call the base of the trunk.
What is so funny about the tip of a tree?
Wait, the base of the base?
Well, it's pointed up in the air at like a 30-degree slope. It's
Abby, you were a child. You just turned fucking 20.
Spencer's like 28 and he's laughing.
I'm only 28.
guys
I'm
are
not
gonna be
laughing.
29 in a month.
Yeah, right. We almost share a birthday. I always
We
forget.
do. We always remember together. Anyway,
49 bang.
yes.
94. That was on hurt.
At the apex of this barky shaft where you were camping, completely obscured from above by this canopy of dense bush, you feel like you've secured yourselves pretty well from wandering eyes. Those orbules next to the trunk, those are like the tree that this fell on, they're like fingers poking up on either side of it. So they're like vertical trunks, if you catch my meaning. Do we understand the map?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your respect and for taking my game seriously as a work of art and intense literature. Anyway, you guys were real poor on your stealth, so I don't know what happened. Who got the worst, actually?
Fenrir.
Yeah, Fenrir. So, Guy, tell me what Fenrir does to give you guys away, because they rolled
It's
the
all
worst.
your fault, Doggo.
I like the idea that he's just trying to sort of hunker down as we're all on the log, and he's climbing up as well. But at that point, his foot steps on a piece of bark that gives a little, and his leg slides and scratches against the log as this bit of splintering wood just falls into the water, and he scampers up, like thinking, "Oh, it's in time and it's fine." But obviously, that gives away their position.
Sure. Well, now I know that there's a pool under you, so thank you for that addition.
Well, I thought that was common knowledge.
Well, you're in a swamp, so it would have been presumed, but
Okay. Well, it's done.
Decent sized pool under you, just in case it becomes relevant. Well, anyway, there's this large splash as he knocks off an appendage off of this fallen willow tree. You all stop, tense. You don't know exactly what was flying overhead. You don't know if they spotted you. You're pretty worried. Let's get some sound-based perception checks.
Nope. Just happened to get a tinnitus at that moment.
You rolled a crit fail. You did better than me.
Let's jump back there. There we go. A 4 from Hope, a 13 from Azaka. Keen hearing and smell for Azaka, I believe she would have an advantage on this. Because of her racial traits.
Oh, I don't know if this matters much, but my Steel Defender cannot be surprised.
Oh.
I don't know.
That might be important, yeah.
It has Vigilant. That's all that matters.
Wow.
Although I don't think it can hear.
That was 2 crit fails on that perception spread, even though one of them doesn't count, because she had advantage. So you guys are going to be taken completely by surprise. Except for Fenrir, of course.
Oh, dog.
As coming through... Oh my god. Bursting through the
canopy
foliage above, you are surprised by this surprisingly stealthy, massive creature as it lands on the branches above you and begins to poke its long beak through the branches at the lot of you. And it lets out this deafening squawk roar. And I will drop that creature onto the map now.
He's a big boy.
No, it's Volt.
It's a pelican!
Yeah. It's a gigantic pelican.
No, that's a toucan.
I would like everybody to roll initiative. You guys are going to be surprised, so everybody but Fenrir. We'll say Olaf for this. Olaf, I'll say you're sharing an initiative slot with your...
the dog can act, but I can't do anything.
Okay.
That's what I'll say.
Because I changed the way initiative works because I don't like the classic surprise round, which makes these things a little confusing with situations like this.
7.1. I mean, it makes sense.
I still recklessly homebrew, like a boob.
It's alright, people like boobs.
That's true. Many people do. Many people say this. This is a horny episode, jeez.
I can just state facts.
So is it initiative with disadvantage?
Yes. Because you guys are surprised, it's going to be disadvantage. I'm not going to grant the surprise on the Quetzalcoatl because it's not like it laid a trap here. It just was... You guys just did a really bad job paying attention to your surroundings. So you'll have disadvantage on your initiative, and you can't take reactions until your turn has passed. That's the punishment for being surprised. in these new alternative rules that I'm flirting with. I believe that's everybody.
Disadvantage on your initiative. I only rolled once and I got a natural 1, so I don't think I have to roll a second time.
Yeah, you can't get worse than that. Gonna make sure these are in the back real quick. To back. Okay, there we go. Shouldn't be in anybody's way now. So we'll sort initiative. Boom. So up first is actually going to be the Quetzalcoatlus, which is great. So this thing lands on the tree within melee range of the lot of you. And it is going to squawk and peer at the lot of you. And I think it's going to go for your pack, Elspeth. I would like you to make a dexterity saving throw as it attempts to take your supplies away.
Oh, fuck. 6.
Okay, I will roll a bite attack for it. That's a 21, which I believe is going to beat your 6 to save against it. So basically, its bite attack is going to hit your pack, and you weren't fast enough to get it out of the way. So you don't take any damage. Yeah. So it gets your pack.
Okay.
It is then going to turn around and begin scrambling away. So
does it move out of my range?
No reactions because you're surprised.
Shit. Fuck.
So it is going to crawl its way back through the foliage up to the canopy. So it is now, what is its walking speed? Only 10 feet. So it gets 10-foot elevation away from the lot of you as it absconds with your supplies. That is 10, which is 2 squares. It's 2 squares above you. And now it is Elspeth's turn.
Am I first in the initiative?
You're first in the initiative with 11.
I think you forgot one Quetzalcoatl because one of them had 18. And you had the one with the 17 just now.
Yes, you don't know where it is. So pretend you didn't see that. He's flying around doing his own thing. You didn't get an accurate number of them. So pretend you don't know how many I rolled initiative for. You have only seen the one.
I think that command has... Yes, I'm going to command it to drop. So I'm going to call my Divine Blood and invoke that commanding presence of an angel.
Okay, wonderful. Creature you can see within range of verbal components, duration 1 round. Target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw and follow the command. And you commanded it to drop, right?
Yes.
Perfect. The spell has no effect if the target is undead if it doesn't understand your language. That would be relevant.
Fuck.
Language is a single dash. So unfortunately, you stand up straight, you utter this divine command to drop the bag, and the bird completely ignores you.
I forgot about that.
Unaffected by the magic.
I'm going to use my Tempest for... I can't speak today. I'm going to use my Storm Sorcerer feature to move 10 feet away and land. This is like a tree canopy, right?
Yes. So essentially, it's bat climbing its way up the trunk. You did manage to get into a decent amount of cover, so they can't just fly by on you. It had to climb its way through the tree branches above you to get to you.
All right. You know what? I will just move back 10 feet over here, and that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So you are remaining on the sloped trunk, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. That is good to know. We get another Quetzalcoatlus. You hear another cry from up above. And crashing through the trees, pulling his way through. Now that you know what you're looking for, you can actually hear it coming. Another Quetzalcoatlus arrives. And this one is going to look quizzically at Fenrir and give it a nice long sniff. Realizing it isn't food and doesn't have food, it's going to circle around to the other side of the tree, and it is going to peck at Azaka. and try to take some of her supplies. So could Azaka give me a dexterity saving throw, please, as this thing tries to peck her?
And 9. Another 21.
Another 21. So this Quetzalcoatlus gets her pack. It then also begins climbing away with the supplies. But again, it only gets 2 squares away because these things are slow while climbing with their feet. I'll also add a little thing. Let's add a boot. The boot will represent the ones that stole a pack. There we go. These things don't seem interested in you so much as what you're carrying. Olaf, you are no longer surprised. That's you, Guy, and you're muted.
I was speaking that entire time.
There you go.
I'm doing an Abby. Right, so I don't think we can we climb through the trees to get to them, or do we have to primarily use ranged attacks here?
The bark is pretty gnarly. Actually, I need to look up what a willow tree looks like. Willow tree. What's the bark of a willow tree look like? This is like a 50-foot tall willow tree, so... Yeah, that's pretty craggy. I would say you can climb this without making a check, but you'll be at half speed.
Right. I don't want to use Tasha's Caustic Breeze. That's my most damaging ranged weapon.
Yep.
Ranged ability, but that has a chance of acid on our supplies.
True.
So I'm going to try and simply do a crossbow attack, but I'm going to see if I can climb a bit first to get closer to it.
Okay.
So that if it tries to move away, I can make an opportunity attack.
Certainly can.
So I'm going to first try climbing up to it. It's about 10 feet up, did you say?
Yeah. These things aren't very fast, and you've forced them because of your preemptive cover strategy. You've forced them to go in on their claws and wings. So, yeah, you can easily catch up to them, even at half speed.
Yeah. So I'll climb up, and actually I'll just go ahead and make a normal melee attack, I believe.
Okay, go for it.
So, because I'm right next to it now, I just realized.
Yeah, so you just want to do damage?
I just want to do damage.
Sounds good.
Potentially make it feel like it's more worthwhile getting away and leave the pack behind.
Sure, go for it.
So I will go ahead and make a hand axe attack.
Ooh, that's a hit for sure.
And do that much damage.
All right. Yeah, you deal this thing a pretty nasty wound on one of its legs.
Yeah. Obviously not pleased and so on. I'm also going to send Fenrir up after me if that's possible.
Dog might have a harder time climbing. I'd like you to make an athletics check with Fenrir's modifier, if you wouldn't mind. If he doesn't have a strength modifier, you can always just use your spellcasting ability modifier.
Oh, he has an entire sheet, like a
there you go.
Monster.
Athletics checks from him just to see if he has the right claw configuration to do it.
He actually does have
he is
an
specifically
athletics.
a dog.
+2 plus proficiency bonus. So he has a +4 to athletics.
I should give you an NPC sheet for Fenrir.
You rolled 16?
Yeah, that's good enough. Yeah. He's able to latch on and climb up behind you. Maybe the arc of this is such that he's able to catch up behind you. So he is able to get within range too.
Yep. And I will just do a force empowered rend.
Okay.
His bite thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why I forgot the name of it. And simply do that, which is just I always have to remind myself. Which is 1d8 +2 for damage. It is. Sorry, it's taking me a while to get this.
Oh, no worries. I did give you a stat sheet for Fenrir, didn't I?
I will have to check that, but I'll wait until my turn is over so that I don't waste it. So 11 to hit, I believe that misses.
I didn't give you one. Oops.
That's okay. I'll figure it out.
Miss, unfortunately, yes. Unfortunately, that's
But he can still make reactions and also impose disadvantage on attacks, so
he sure can.
that's what he's good for. I'll just go ahead and put the double fly token on me to show my elevation.
Perfect.
How do I do the numbers?
If you hover over the little icon in the token menu, and just hovering over it, if you press a number, it should show up with that number on it.
Nice. Okay, that's the end of my turn.
Beautiful. Azaka goes next. So, Mia, What is Azaka going to do, do you think?
There's a bird. Has her things. So she shoots it twice.
Yeah, she's not happy about it.
Awful rolls. So, yeah. That's about it. I don't think she would climb up the tree.
Okay, so the first shot is going to hit. That's a wise decision. She doesn't like heights. Though she's less scared after you're adventuring together. Yeah, so she hauls back with her longbow, and she fires off an arrow into this thing's face, dealing 5 damage. I'll have it make a concentration check again. Just to see.
Oh.
That is a fail. So she is actually she's aiming for its face, so she actually gets like right below its eye, and it roars in pain, and it's actually going to drop the bag. Now, it was climbing away from you, which means none of you are close enough to catch it. So Azaka's pack falls straight down and splashes into the pool below.
Mm.
We'll deal with that later. But very good. It no longer has your pack. Up next is Mia again. So what is Lucia going to do?
I think I would actually clutch my medicine pouch, because if they take my stuff and my medicine pouch, I'm basically dead.
Okay, yeah, that's very true.
And then just scoop over to Osaka, so that if they try to get to me, they have to get past a very angry big lady.
That works, yeah. Very good. Also, Guy, you now have a character sheet with a Fenrir token. So, at your leisure, you can make an NPC with Fenrir stats. Make it a little easier on you than having to type it out every time. Sorry about my neglecting.
Q.
So, yeah, we'll consider you dodging in case anybody tries to rob you. And, yeah. We will move on to Hope. Riley, what is Hope going to do?
Muted. All right. Hope is going to move so that he's a little closer to here. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Make it flee faster. Yeah.
It has to do a wisdom save. Oh my goodness, I only rolled 8.
And it only needs to hear you. It does not need to understand you for Dissonant Whispers. I do remember that. That is a crit fail, ladies and gentlemen. The Quetzalcoatlus looks back at you with terror at the sound of this. Let's just see real quick. Yeah, it keeps hold of the bag. With that, it is going to turn away, and it is going to climb another...
Drop it.
No. You did not scare it enough to make it drop it, unfortunately. It's going to climb another 10 feet, using its reaction to do so. So it is now 20 feet above you. It's nearly out of the canopy, because the tree is 50 feet. You're 30 feet up. Yeah, it's right at the burst of the canopy. Next turn, it'll be able to fly away. Anything else?
He's going to... Sorry. Bardic Inspiration to my sister.
Okay. How do you inspire your sister bardically?
I believe in you.
You see your brother smile at you, worried like, and you catch the barest little glimmer of a wet nose as Six Whiskers peers at you out of the pocket, and the two of them, hoping you'll do something, you're filled with determination and inspiration.
Nice.
All right.
Go get that bread.
The last Quetzalcoatlus comes crashing through the canopy as it falls, and it's actually going to land up here at the tippity top. At the end of the branch. And it's going to look at the lot of you. And I think instead of going for your pack, I think it's going to try to fully pick you up, Lucia. You weigh maybe 90 pounds altogether, even with all your pack and everything.
I weigh 85.
85,
officially.
Yeah. You are...
Plus a bit of the pack.
Yeah. And that, that's after you're soaking wet and like carrying 5-pound weights. So yes, it is going to attempt to grapple you.
It would disadvantage. Thank God.
It would have disadvantage, you're right. That's a 5.
But even the first one misses.
Yeah. So that's a 5 on its ability check to grapple you. You make an athletics or acrobatics to resist it. I believe that's the grapple rules. I'm a bad DM. easily. You slip out of its snapping beak, but you are being borne down by this giant bat bird creature, and it is quite upsetting of an experience. You hear another roar from up above, and you can tell that the other one is hanging back for now. And now that the fight has gone into full swing, you can count there's 4 of them, which is almost as bad as this could have been. So this one reaches the edge of the canopy and is going to take off flying, which is 90 feet. So now it's, oh Jesus, just like so far away. So far away.
Which one was this?
That's this one. Actually, I might just, you can't see it anymore, so. The one with Elspeth's bag.
It was.
It reached the tippity top of the canopy and then took off. And this thing, you can see it's got a blinding fast fly speed. Once it's able to spread its wings, it takes off and you lose sight of it through the canopy. Elspeth, you have been robbed.
Is it like fully gone? I don't even have line of sight on it.
At this point, you wouldn't know. But you can tell that it's about 20 feet to the top of the canopy. So if you're able to fly, or if you dash, you can get to the tippity top of the canopy and see if you can spot it.
I will Misty Step to the top of the canopy.
That works too. Yeah, so with a poof, you appear at the tippity top of the canopy. Now the branches are pretty thin up here. So instead of you having making me a perception check, I'm going to have you make a acrobatics check to see if you can grab hold of the thin fronds up here and hold on. Because willow trees aren't known for their structural integrity up high. 17. Very nice. 17? Yeah. You wrap your hand in the hair-like mass of vines up here, and you're able to secure yourself properly. And you poke your helmed head up, and you peer up at the sky. And you can see this thing has a pretty fast fly speed. It's about 70 feet away from you, flying fast away.
Alright, I'm going to say to it, I want my violin back, and I'm going to Artbolt it and use a sorcery point to try and stun it.
Okay,
so
well you certainly hit it. Yeah, so you do your what's the word? Your Shazam thing. You point your hand, and a bolt of electricity arcs from your hand. It hits it, dealing 9 lightning and 4 radiant. Which is
just the 9 lightning. So
just the 9 lightning.
The radiant on
oh,
from
right. That is a decent chunk of lightning damage. So it needs to make a con save. It needs to do that anyway to see if it holds onto your bag.
Okay.
So
2 con saves. If it fails 1, it falls.
Instead of 2, would you like me to give it disadvantage because you're sort of helping along its?
That sounds good.
Okay, because it's going to be 2 anyway. It's basically disadvantage. So instead of to see if it drops it or not, this is to see if it's stunned or not. Con save. That is an 8. With that, your lightning bolt strikes it in the air. You hear a gasp of pain, and it and your pack tumble together and crash through the canopy. Landing, it had decent momentum, so I'm going to say it crashes over here somewhere. Back to the token layer, and that's it was 70 feet up from your 50 feet up, which is 120 feet, which is it's a d6 for
12 feet.
Thank you. I am a good DM.
You are.
You're just
You're very generous. 39. So you hear a wet crunching and gasp as this Quetzalcoatlus is just demolished as it crashes through the canopy and instantly dies on impact. You hear a nasty wet crunch as it lands, and you can go retrieve that body later.
I will.
So Elspeth, do you have anything else? That was a bonus action and an action. Do you have a free action?
I don't have anything else. I'm going to stay up in the canopy where I am right now in case any others try and fly away.
Yeah. You can see, now that your head is above the canopy, there is a much bigger and beefier Quetzalcoatlus flying overhead from a different direction. And you can see it looks at you angrily, and it caws in rage at what you just did. It looks bigger and older than the rest of them.
I'm going to shout down. I think we might have some more trouble. There's a bigger one coming.
I will actually reveal that one to you now. Token layer. There we go. I will add a little note here. I'll just add the wing because it's a good 80 feet from you. So there we go.
And yeah, that's it. For
That's your turn. That's good. Okay, so the one that has had Azaka's pack doesn't like what's going on. It is going to turn to Azaka with the arrow sticking out from just under its eye, just like above where its cheekbone would be. And it is going to snap at Azaka. Does a 10? No, that doesn't hit Azaka.
No, sadly, I'm too far away to make an opportunity attack.
Yeah. Dinosaurs. They're so unimpressive when you actually look at their stat sheets.
Kinda true.
That's... I don't think it has anything else special it can do. Oh, it would have had to move closer to you to... No! It has a 10-foot reach. Never mind. So it does not have to move closer to you to do that. It is, however, going to try to get away from Fenrir and Olaf. So you guys get opportunity attacks if you would like, as it tries to scramble away from you.
If my attack hits, its movement speed becomes 0.
You sentinel bastard. Go for it.
Don't do Scooby laugh.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want.
Oh, that's unfortunate. An 8 is going to miss, but Fenrir gets a reaction as well, right?
Yeah, I still haven't finished transferring over the sheet, but I remember the stats
No worries.
1d20 plus 5. 7. Yeah, I think that's both misses.
Yeah, 2 misses,
really
unfortunately. With the snap and the hand axe chop.
Wait 1 second. I'm going to see what happens if I roll again.
Scooby-Doo laugh. Without the laugh.
Oh, no, okay, it's not too much better.
Yeah, so it is going to reach the tippity top of the canopy as well. Abby, Elspeth actually sees this Quetzalcoatlus on the opposite side poke its head above the canopy and look up and cry mournfully up at the bigger Quetzalcoatlus. Olaf.
Okay.
You and Fenrir can now get to go.
This creature is far outside of my range, but is this one down on our elevation?
No, it's only 20 feet away from you. But yes, the one without any markers on its token is on the top of the log. It's been attacking Lucia, trying to pick her up.
Right, this one, I can't remember, sorry. This one that doesn't have a pack.
This one's 10 feet above you. It was shot in the eye by Azaka, so it dropped its pack. This one over here is fully okay, and it's trying to take Lucia.
Right, I'm going to drop down and move 10 feet.
Okay.
So will Fenrir.
All right, good idea.
And then I'm going to go ahead and just remove this from myself.
That works.
I think I have a great club still somewhere.
You might.
It's on my character sheet.
Yeah. You have your flash forging too,
club.
so if you want to make any simple weapon, you absolutely can.
Yeah, it's just on my character sheet, although I might have... it's in my bio. 1 second. No, I do not. I will flash forge a great club if that's okay.
Hey,
can I
beautiful.
do that?
Yeah, that's in the abilities that you have.
Okay, so I'm going to make an attack with the great club.
Beautiful.
19 to hit.
19 will certainly hit, yeah. Go for it.
And
great club is 2d8, I think?
It's 1d8 plus 2.
1d8 plus 2. Gotcha.
Yeah.
7 bludgeoning. Holy cow. Yeah.
Then...
You whack it in the head, right in the beak. It rears its head back, and...
It's dead? Or...
No.
Okay, good.
But,
I was like, damn, these things are weak.
No, you definitely hurt its face, and then Fenrir gets to react.
11. I believe that misses.
Yeah, unfortunately that misses.
That's unfortunate, but it happens. Yep, that's the end of my interaction. And I'll just, be very mindful that if it tries to attack anyone else, I will use reactions.
Okay, that works. Azaka is going to go next. So, Azaka and Lucia.
Mm-hmm. Well, she drops her longbow and attacks the one that dares try to pick up her not quite daughter. I'm pretty sure the first one hits for 9 and the second one misses.
Yeah, the first one hits, second one misses. That is a decent slash there. It's still holding on as best it can.
How bad does it look?
Pretty rough. Like, on a scale of totally okay to bloodied, it's bloodied. But not dead. So from dead to bloodied to... It's about half. That's what I mean.
It's not doing so good.
No. But yeah, that's Azaka's go. What is Lucia going to do? Hiding from this bird that's trying to eat her.
A non-lethal unarmed strike against the bird.
Yeah.
24 to hit. For 4.
Yeah, you punch it.
I'm pretty sure it's still alive, so
It
I'm going to
squawks.
use a key point to make 2 more.
Okay.
12 and 11.
2 misses, unfortunately. It doesn't like being surrounded but like this, so you don't think it's going to stick
Wait,
around.
not just my hands of harm. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I'm going to move behind the Saka.
Okay.
It can attack me if it wants.
Honestly, I don't think it will. It doesn't take a lot of insight to tell that this thing is surprised with the amount of pushback it's gotten, so it's going to try to get away. Hope, that would be you. What do you think Hope is going to do? You're surrounded by dinosaurs. It's totally cool if you're still in.
Given the choice between fight and flight, he chooses fight in this moment, so I think
Sure.
he's going to use Eldritch Blast.
All right. Who do you want to hit? You've got 2 in
one that
range.
looks-
1. Sorry. Yes.
The one that looks like it's healthier.
The one that looks like it's healthier. All right. Well, that's definitely going to be the one that's in the canopy. So it's a little hidden from you, but
It doesn't hit.
with a 10, it
I
doesn't hit
think.
anyway.
With a 10,
That's unfortunate.
I think he just kind of like hits a branch and
Yeah.
is like, shoo! Shoo!
Yeah. You try to turn it into an
Get out of
intimidation,
here!
but it doesn't quite work. There's a blast, and you hear a helpful squeak from your little breast pocket. And Hope, as you're looking around, you catch sight of a tabby cat, Butterscotch, who is curling between Lucia's feet. It is completely puffed up. It looks almost completely like a ball, and it's hissing at this Quetzalcoatlus that's towering over her. Speaking of, that Quetzalcoatlus that's towering over her is going to take the disengage action and try to get away. I don't think that'll affect you, Olaf. So would you like to take an opportunity attack?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, just to open my sheet again. I don't know why I keep closing it. I guess it's just it clutters the screen. 17 to hit,
That'll hit, yeah.
and I do 4 damage, and its speed becomes 0.
Yeah. Yeah, so you deal it a nice whack on the rump, and I'm going to give it a quick dexterity save just to see if it can keep its balance on the peak here, because you are stopping its... it was attempting to glide down to the ground, so we'll see if it falls or not. Yeah, it's able to keep its footing. So it does not fall, but you have stopped it in its tracks, and it is squawking quite pathetically. Abby, what Elspeth sees is that bigger, beefier Quetzalcoatlus flying around above, angles downward, tucks its wings in tight, and heads straight for you.
Oh no.
So I'm going to give him advantage on this attack. I'm sorry, it's not advantage for dive attack.
It just does like all
Extra
those
damage. Yeah, extra damage with a dive attack. So yeah, let's see. That's 6.
That'll miss.
Jesus. All right. Yeah. That was its total fly speed, and it used its action to try to bite you. So it is now parallel with you, up in the trees. This one's dead. Elspeth, you now can react. This massive, beefy-looking Quetzalcoatlus is towering over you. You can see it's covered in scars of various varieties. Its hide looks tougher than usual.
Right. I think. How far are we up? We're like 50
you are at
feet
50
in the air,
feet.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, precariously holding on to tangled vines.
I am gonna cast. I'm gonna cast Shocking Grasp on it.
Okay. Yeah.
Just try and grab on its beak as it flies past and tries to bite me.
Your most grievous
gonna-
traumas have come from this spell. But not
That's
today.
gonna miss.
Not with a 9. Yeah, you try to grab onto it. You probably do get a hold of it, but its hide with the extra scars, it just sort of shrugs off the electricity, and you don't manage to damage it.
Alright, that is the end of my turn.
Okay. This one, up in the trees, seeing its opportunity, is going to fly away and leave the fight. Olaf.
Yep.
The Quetzalcoatlus in
it's
front
below
of you
us?
is barely holding on.
Right. So it doesn't look like it's going to be a threat to us now, is it?
It's severely injured, and it's actually squawking pathetically like a baby crying for help, despite being fucking 15 feet across.
I don't know how far giving this thing mercy is going to go, to be honest.
Okay.
But
Well,
I'm gonna.
you do have a party of friends if you're looking for moral advice.
Yeah. Well, Lucia's here with us and just says, and he's gonna turn to Azaka and Lucia and just say, "It's not a threat to us now, so we can leave it be, or would it be the merciful thing to put it out of its misery?"
You can do a medicine check to see if it would be fine if it has some time to regenerate.
Yeah. Give me a reaction-based medicine check, Lucia. 13.
13.
Yeah. With a 13, probably it's going to take a lot. But at this point, with how badly hurt it is, it's not going to be much of a threat to anything for a while.
Yeah. It doesn't really pose any threat, like you said, and it should be fine if it gets to leave.
At that point, he's going to stand there, and if it tries to attack them, he will make an opportunity, like a reaction attack.
So you're going to hold your action to attack it if it makes aggressive moves at any of your friends?
More defensive rather than attacking.
Okay.
So non-lethal
we'll say
response.
Non-lethal attack if it tries to attack any of you.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Azaka, hearing this wisdom, I think is going to follow through. I think she's going to respect Lucia.
Lucia is basically just holding her hand that is holding the scimitar. I'm guessing she would just give her an understanding nod.
I think so, yeah. I think she's going to do the same thing. She'll hold an action to attack it if it tries to attack you. With that, it's your turn, Lucia.
Do I have anything that I can do for the boy? I actually do.
Question.
I would like to step forward. I'm guessing that this would be an animal handling check. I will try to convey to the Quetzalcoatlus that I don't want to hurt it. And I would like to try to use Hands of Healing on it.
Okay, yeah. Give me an animal handling check to see if you can convey this message to it and get a positive response.
I think I actually have the comedy. If I have the comedy, I will use it.
You do have the comedy. Do you want to make this an auto success?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it freaks out a little bit, and you see Azaka and Olaf tense to deal a final blow, but you're able to hush it, and you remember back to times for healing. That's good. You remember back to times in the Underdark when you had some upsetting times with Adriana. No, you were Adriana. What was your mother's name?
I was Adrian. Can't believe you name dropped me like this. That named?
Andera.
In front of the others?
Yeah.
The sister was not born before I was gone.
Okay, yeah.
Her brother was. And, the mother was there.
That's right. Her mother was Andera. So looking around at everybody else, you see everybody is at your side, and you're filled with the strength of family. But then you peer up above, and you see Elspeth is currently grappling with this creature up above, and you're reminded of your mother and how much Elspeth reminds you of your mother in certain ways. If you would like. You don't need to take that roleplay prompt. But seeing the way that she fights reminds you of the way your mother used to fight in the Underdark.
You.
Yeah. Hope.
That's not good.
No. Hope. What would you like to do, Riley?
Does it look like this guy is about to leave, or does it look like he's still trying to
it looks non-combatant
aggressive
at the moment. It has accepted Lucia's approach. Yeah, it's wary, but it's not aggressive.
Okay. All right. He's going to cast Speak with Animals on himself, but he's not going to say anything.
Well, you have to for the spell.
So now he can understand it, basically.
Perfect, yeah. You hear it, the low sounds that it's making in its throat. It's, what's going on? What happened? And as it's looking with amazement at Lucia, and you hear up above the roars that are at Elspeth are something along the lines of, you wicked creature, you monster, you killed my son. So those are the sounds you hear at the moment. Do you have a bonus action or any speaking you would like to do?
I think he'll kind of call out to the one grappling Elspeth. Thievery gets its own reward.
Okay. You hear it squawks in confusion and shouts back, the food lies, the food cannot speak. The food only kills.
If you're calling us food, clearly you have a poor opinion of us, but we've proven ourselves to be more mighty than yourselves. Clearly.
Tell them we're more trouble than we're worth. I say as I'm getting whipped around on this thing.
We're more trouble than we're worth. Just leave us.
Okay.
And we won't bother you anymore.
Okay. You can't make a persuasion check this turn with that. But what I will say is we can have this conversation you're making. Apply a bardic inspiration if you want to the next person that tries to scare them away.
I like that idea.
Okay. Do you want to give that to your sister then? Because she's probably the one that's going to be making this charisma check.
Sure. No, she already has one.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
And we'll have the advantage then. Advantage. And
I'll give this one to
Lucia. That works too. So Lucia, you have a bardic inspiration because Hope is trying to speak sense into these hungry, very angry reptile birds. Fuzzy reptile birds. Hope's turn just passed. This one is going to go. It is going to look you up and down and is going to make an insight check on you. So, Lucia, you can give me a persuasion or deception with your bardic inspiration, if you would like, to see.
Yes.
You don't have to. Well, I guess you can tell me which because I'm the DM, so it's not like you're hiding something from another player.
Wait, that's perception. That's not persuasion.
Natural
That's the wrong one.
20. So it doesn't matter. Tell me your intentions. It will see them. What are your true intentions toward this beast?
Well, my true intentions towards this beast is that I don't want anyone more to get hurt or to die.
Okay.
They just want food. We just want to rest.
Okay. So you just want it to go away and to have no more trouble.
I want them to be on their way and be in peace. And I wouldn't mind even handing him a bit of food so that he can regenerate a bit.
Okay. I think with its natural 20, it gets all of this from just your body language. And your healing hands don't hurt. And with the shouting that Hope was doing earlier, you heard Hope making these weird squawking sounds. I think it's actually going to bow its head to you, and it's going to close its eyes and sort of wait. So it is going to pass its turn. Now, unfortunately, the Mama Quetzalcoatlus knows nothing of these things, and is instead very angrily trying to tear Elspeth to pieces.
Oh no!
So Hope, you just hear, just admonishing shouts of lizard bird curses from up above, as this creature tries to bite you.
That will miss.
And it misses. You are definitely able to stay away from it. This thing works more by flyby. Speaking of flyby, it's actually going to get out of your range. And unless you're a sentinel...
I don't. No, I don't.
Yeah, so this creature is able to fly without provoking opportunity attacks. So it's actually going to fly back up out of your range. I'll set it 50 feet away from you.
50 feet in the air?
Yeah. We'll say it's over here, at an angle from you. This one's dead. It is your turn again, Elspeth.
But I'm going to just say to Hope, not very intelligent, didn't realize what happened to the other one, and I'm going to cast Shocking Ray on it, and
Okay.
I'm going to use the sorcery points trying to stun it again.
Okay. See if
Ellie!
you kill another one.
No!
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, a 15 and a 19 will hit. 8 will miss. Okay.
That's
7.
15 damage.
Okay, good. And it needs to make a con save, right?
It does.
Or does it need to make 2?
Just one.
Just 1. That's a 16, which I believe is going to save.
That will pass. Yeah.
Pass. Yeah, so you send this shocking ray out. You hold out your hands, and this wave of electricity arcs through the air, like in an old Star Wars arcade game, and racks it with pain. But it's able to spin around in the air and turn to face you again, and it doesn't fall. You hear Hope. It calls her a nasty word that means witch, but it's very insulting. The other Quetzalcoatlus continues flying away. It is done with this shit and is out of the fight. So Olaf, you have watched as this creature before you, this very wounded Quetzalcoatlus, has surrendered itself to Lucia, and you can hear Elspeth fighting up above.
I think I'm just gonna pass my turn again.
Okay.
Although I might try approaching the Quetzalcoatlus and rest my hand in its beak.
Sure. I'll give you an animal handling check with advantage to see if you freak it out or not.
I think Elspeth is so engrossed in this fight that she doesn't notice that everyone else is just not doing anything.
16.
Well, thank God for that advantage, because that was
Advantage, yeah?
Yeah. No,
Fucking, unnatural crit fail?
Yeah. It doesn't react positively or negatively to your presence. It seems to be surrendering itself to Lucia more than anything. Hope, you get the sense, hearing them talk and seeing how they behave, these things are not very bright. Like on a scale of 1 to 20, you'd put them around a 2. Azaka is looking at all these things. I think she's going to look to you for a bit of guidance. because she doesn't know what to do in this situation. She's used to just killing.
Yeah, I think she can't really do much right now. You could get your pack, I think.
She nods, but she's also going to look up towards Elspeth. And, yeah, I think she's going to ask you point blank. She's going to say, do you care more about our supplies or more about our friend over there?
I will try to stop her. Somehow.
She gives you a piercing glare from behind her tiger mask, but nods. And I think she's going to head down to the water.
Like the underlying message that was there was, you don't have to go up there. I know it's scary to you. I will handle it somehow.
Gotcha. Yeah, so give me a investigation check real quick to see if she can find her pack.
14?
Okay, yeah. She finds it fairly quickly. So she has retrieved her pack. Your turn is next. So what would you like to do with your
How high
drow?
do I have to climb to get up to the top?
50 feet, that's from there about 30 feet. Where Elspeth is.
So it's half speed for the climbing, right?
Yeah.
You said? Then I'm gonna move up 20 feet, then I'm gonna dash to move up another 10 feet and move on top so I can get closer to here-ish, I think. I would be on top, right?
Yeah. So you can peer across the way. Elspeth is crackling with electricity. And something about the mask clicks for you now. You saw it in a silhouette, and I mentioned it earlier. There is something drow-like about the Valkyrie livery. Not quite the spider of it all, but more the imperiousness of it. It reminds you of your childhood. So as you're looking at her, it's going to be a relatively low DC. I'd like you to make a wisdom saving throw, just to see if you're a little too freaked out by this, because this is a childhood trauma here. Let's come in.
I'm stronger than that.
Yeah, you're okay. You're able to set the things apart. And even though she reminds you a bit of your mother in this moment, she's not your mom. And you've had many good moms
You don't have
since
control
then.
over me, fucker.
Yeah. You've had many good moms since then, so you're okay.
And I guess I will just try to get Abby's and the Quetzalcoatl's attention and just tell Abby, not Abby, that's the pay. Elspeth, goddamn. We'll tell Elspeth, stop. We don't have to fight. They just want to leave. Just come down and they can't attack you, and it should be fine.
It wants to leave, it's going to leave. It's right now, it's still trying to kill me.
Well, you had to use your action to get up there. So there's not much else you can do with that. I'll let you get a parting word in if you want, Mia. I'll let you get a parting word in if you want. As your turn comes to a close.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So you're having this stalemate as Elspeth has her eyes on the sky. Hopey dope. What's up, bud?
I'm going to... Did Azaka picked up her pack, right?
Yes, she has retrieved her pack. She is down here in the water now.
Okay. Ellie... Is Ellie still fighting, or...
Yeah.
Ellie, come down! They're leaving. Let them go. The one that... That's not the one that has your pack anyways.
I know, that one's dead.
Then go get your pack. Leave the bird alone. They're fine. We let the Terra folk go. Why not let these ones go when they've done way less damage?
At least the Terrafolk was sentient. These are just animals.
Yes, and these are just animals. We've scared them. They're not going to try to attack us. Oh, now I'm Irish. Okay.
It's all good.
I'm
it's
gonna
all
wait
good.
to see what this thing actually does before
Yeah.
making it any
Yeah.
decisions.
I think this probably triggers a bit of a memory in the two of you. Let's scroll up. I've been reading your backstories to remind myself of things several times. Yeah, so you probably remember a time when you were children in Hell's Haberdashery. When Elspeth came home from her academy days, maybe 9 or 10, with a bloody nose, after getting in a fight with Devlin, and you probably had a very similar conversation with one another. And you're reminded of that in this moment. What would 10-year-old Hope's advice have been to Elspeth at that time? Do you think, Riley? When she got in a fight with a bully at school.
They're not worth you. You are so much more incredible and amazing than they are. I can't imagine why they would want to get in fights with you. You're just so... Maybe that's why. Maybe they're intimidated. I bet they're so intimidated by you that they just... I just realized I wasn't speaking in a kid voice, so now I'm speaking in a kid voice. I bet they're so intimidated by you, and that's why they're being mean to you, because they know they'll never be even close to as incredible as you are.
Yeah. And what would young Elspeth's response have been to Hope at this point?
Also, he'll do this while he's, cleaning her nose with a wet cloth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Trying to hide it from Mom, because, if Amira knows, there will be hell to pay.
Did you beat him up just as bad?
Yeah. Oh, unless Abby's not here. You still here, Abby?
I was muted. Sorry. Say that again. That last bit you said,
Sorry.
So he's in the process of cleaning Hope's nose, or Ellie's nose, with a wet rag or something, and he's like, I bet they're just jealous of you because you're so much better than they are, and they know that they'll never be as good as you are. I hope you beat him up just as bad. Did you give him a black eye?
They're just jealous that they have to spend all this time with their nose in a book, and I can just do it on my own.
See, I told you. You're way better than they are. You're better than me too. I gotta stick my nose in a book. Different book, but still. I haven't got near as much magic as you've got.
No, you're great too.
All I can do is this, and minor illusion, because that's a species trait, or a tiefling trait. He, minor illusions, a picture of what he imagines the bully to look like, with 3 black eyes and a broken nose, and just the ugliest expression on his face with so many pimples. It looks nothing like the people because he's never actually met them.
What's this dinosaur doing?
Yeah, so back in the present, you're reminded of this as the Quetzalcoatlus wheels around to come back towards you for another pass. How would Elspeth react to this memory of, this other time that Hope helped clear her up after a fight?
Seeing that it's
pretty bad off. You did it a decent amount of shock. It's not bloodied, but it doesn't stand a chance.
It's coming back around to attack.
Yeah, but it doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah. Seeing that it's coming back, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna let this jungle think that it can make us back down that easily.
right. In that case, it comes back towards you with its beak open wide, and it's going to do its dive attack.
Okay.
Does not
That
hit,
will miss.
which means you get a turn now.
Doesn't it have to dive by advantage?
It wouldn't have advantage. It's just extra damage if it hits.
Oh, I thought it was advantage.
No. Yeah, it's weird. I thought it was advantage too, but it's just extra damage.
That really is weird.
Yeah. Dinosaurs kind of suck. But it
They
does have fly.
They have such shitty modifiers.
I mean, I used this dinosaur to quite good effect when I was a dinosaur.
If you have a smart player and not
Yeah,
a too intelligent creature.
Yeah. No, these things they're used to, harrying regular jungle travelers, not gifted adventurers like you guys. So it's 30 feet away from you because it had to use 50 to get to you and then 30 feet on the other side. So its back is towards you again.
All right. I'm going to draw my bow and fire a lightning arrow at it.
Okay. Now, are you trying to hurt it or are you trying to scare it away? Because I think the memory was more about Hope admonishing you to intimidate your bullies, and you don't have to fight. You can just scare them real bad. I don't know.
I'll try.
I don't know. I'm trying to draw a role.
I don't think I can,
Let me know if it's not in character.
I don't think I can non-lethal with a spell.
No.
But I will try and I'll try and hit it in a way that's like I could have just killed you. Like I have the precision to have just killed you, but I didn't.
That sounds good. Yeah, so you're absolutely going to hit it with a 21. So give me the damage, and then I'll allow you to make an intimidation check. And you still have your bardic inspiration as well.
Oh, that's a 7 and an 8.
Yeah.
That is.
So
yeah.
you more than bloodied it in one hit. Yeah, it's not great. With an 18
D6,
intimidation.
Riley?
Yeah.
I'm going to use my bad D6, right, Riley?
Level 4?
I'm going to assume it's a
I think
D6.
it's a D6.
Damn.
6? Yeah, so with a total of 24.
It's still a D6.
Yeah, with a total of 24.
You fried
you
off all
blast
its
this
feathers.
Yeah. What is the intimidation? Does it accompany any words, or is it just a roar of fury?
Yeah, it's just I know
words,
these
it
things.
wouldn't be able to understand the words anyways.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I know these things can't understand me,
Yeah.
but I'm just going to like flare up and send this. I think. Could I just like graze its eye?
Sure. Yeah, it looks back towards you, still angry, still full of rage, ready to come back around for another pass, and you take that moment to fire your shot, supremely confident. And you blast it in the face. You another massive scar across the side of this massive old Quetzalcoatlus' face. It squawks in pain, and Lucia, the Quetzalcoatlus at your side, is going to stir at that cry, and it's going to squawk, and hope you hear it say, "Mama." With that, unless anybody stops it, that Quetzalcoatlus is going to climb up to the canopy, and hope you overhear it say, "Mom, let's go." And yeah, they have a brief 2 intelligence conversation. And then if nobody stops them, they fly away together.
I'm not going to stop them.
Okay. Yeah, so Abby, you are just... Elspeth is just filled with the power. It's a high you haven't felt for a long time when you had your stint as your alter ego. So yeah, you come back down high as a kite, feeling large and in charge. Yeah, it's an intimidating sight for you, Lucia, but you're still able to keep them apart. Yeah, and the fight is over. You're out of initiative.
I'm going to go down and check my bag, make sure everything in there is survived the fall, make sure the violin's okay.
Yeah, let me just calculate XP real quick. Those were 4 level 2s, which is 450, which is 2,600. No difficulty multiplier, because they didn't outnumber you. Did let them go.
Would that be 520?
I think so, yeah.
Divided
520
by
each.
5?
Yeah. Yeah, 520 between a lot of you. Everybody gets 520 XP.
Nice.
Surprisingly high considering that they're like no threat at all.
Yeah, give me an investigation check, Abby, for Elspeth. As she's looking to see if she can find the body.
Investigation.
Yeah.
No.
It takes you a bit of time to find the body, and once you find it, you can see that it's soaked through with blood. It landed face first on this bag, and there's not much left of the Quetzalcoatlus' face. So I'd like you to roll a D100 to see how many supplies you lose.
78.
78% of your supplies.
Ooh.
Oh no.
So that's going to be 1/5 of your party supplies. So 78% of 1/5 of your party supplies left.
Didn't we have them in the bag of holding?
That's true. If you had all your food,
I
in the
have
bag
all
of
my
holding-
I'm sure that's on Olaf.
Okay. What would you have had in your?
If you want to go through,
Yeah, all
if
the
you wanna go
important, all the
all the
important
party
stuff
stuff
was
would be
in the bag of holding,
wouldn't it?
yeah.
Sure.
If you want to
Yeah.
go through my personal stuff and see what,
Yeah. Is it all written
what
on your
is
character
what-
sheet?
it is. The few things I would have on me is the diamond worth 50 gold because that's a 12 component, and that's basically it.
I mean, that would survive
Yeah. What's
blood
perishable?
saturation.
Nothing in here is really perishable. I think the keshk is gone.
Yeah.
You know what? You did get a
Everything's covered in,
78
like,
on that off of the
sticky.
3 investigation check. I'm going to say that you don't find the diamond. The diamond's probably been lost.
Oh no, the diamond I would carry on me. That's a
Oh,
spell
okay.
component.
Sorry about that. Yeah. In that case, your violin is definitely smashed,
Oh,
but you do recover it.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to say your fine clothes are ruined. So yeah, you lose the
Okay.
you lose the ale, the clothes, and the violin.
Hope has a vial, which is, I think, similar to violin, so he'll give that to Ellie.
Sure.
it's a bit bigger. They're not the same
Yeah,
instrument.
it's similar enough that she knows how to play it, I guess. She's not maybe not as good at it as she is with the violin or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't use it.
Yeah. So Elspeth just pulls out this this silver filigree violin that has now been smashed to pieces.
I can try fixing this if you want.
If you could, if there was a gift.
Yeah.
Is Olaf is going to look at it and see how much of that violin is salvageable.
It's an absolutely beautiful silver filigreed violin. You can tell it was really nice at one point. It was clearly like a career. I believe Carafin was a bard. Am I getting that right? And he was the orc.
He was a barbarian,
Barbarian. Okay, my apologies.
but he was
He was a barbarian.
he was musically like talented.
Musical.
Yeah. He was the half orc, or was he a
The
minotaur?
Firbolg.
I'm so sorry, guys.
Firbolg.
You guys all gave me massive
We
families.
had a lot of parents. It's fine.
Yeah,
You
I'm
gave
going to
me
blame this
massive
on
families.
Ellie for giving them all a unique race.
Yeah, I have the names
All
down,
right.
but some of
we
the
have
details are foggy.
We have a Duragar rogue,
Yeah.
a Firbolg barbarian, a half-orc
Yeah.
druid, Harengon fighter, and fairy wizard.
Yeah.
Carafin, the Firbolg barbarian,
Yeah.
is the one who taught us how to play.
Regardless, what you can tell as you look at this instrument, it is beautifully filigreed, but it's not really a musician's instrument. It's overly large for very large hands, much larger than Elspeth's hands. So it would be a little wonky to try to repair it back to the way it was. You could try to fix it. You could try to put it back to the way it was. But yeah, this is a pretty old piece that's more decorative than it is functional.
By filigree, do you mean that it has like silver inlay, or
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
all the corners have like little fancy swirls of silver that have been. I'm sorry. Did I get it wrong?
Sorry, no, I'm talking to my cat. The no was to my cat.
I got you. Yeah, basically all of the hard corners on the violin.
I am constantly
being
dealing
bit
with
by
a stupid
Murphy.
Cat.
There's like this swirly silver trim
myself.
that's sort of been hammered onto all of the hard edges of the violin, which is one of the things that tells you it's been prettied up, but the instrument itself isn't all that impressive. Like, it's made to look pretty more than it is to be like a musician's instrument. It's more of a...
But it is somewhat salvageable.
Yeah.
Even if it means making a whole new instrument.
It did have a 90-pound, sorry, not 90, like a 600-pound creature land on it beak first. It's rough.
It's crushed.
Yeah.
Did you play this? It seems far too large and... I don't know.
I could play it. Yeah, I was taught.
I might not be able to exactly repair it, but I could salvage what I can and make a new violin. Strings seem intact.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Well, I'll see what I can do. And he's gonna shove it into his bag of holding.
Okay.
But he's gonna wrap it up into some cloth first, so that it's all in one piece together.
Do you have the mending cantrip? Sorry, Mia.
Oh wait, no, I do have the mending cantrip. Can I just spam that?
Yeah, it's a foot across, right? For the cantrip, foot square.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Trying to play a shy character very, very hard when other people are talking.
Yeah, sorry, Mia. What were you going to say while Olaf is reading the spell? Or guy?
The break and tear has to be no longer than a foot. It's not the actual item.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not just one break or tear. Yeah. It's like, I'm guessing crushed.
Violin. Probably
Violin's
3 feet long.
They're longer than 30 feet.
Yeah, so it's not
it's 30 centimeters.
Yeah.
So, to get back to where it's right.
Sorry.
If you want, I can try to help with that. I'm actually quite good with wood carving and the like, so I know how to try and fix it, at least.
That sounds good. I can repair most of it, but some pieces seem to have been lost, so that would be greatly appreciated. Maybe you can make some replacements for me.
I can make inlays and the like.
That sounds good. We could be a little project together then.
And she hides a bit behind Osaka and looks towards Elspeth. I appreciate that you actually didn't just kill the Quetzalcoatl and let it go. And thank you. But she does look really scared of you at the moment. Like there's something that she saw in you there that is has disturbed her a bit.
I'm just gonna give you a questioning look, I guess you could call it, and just turn to Olaf and say, if you need any scrap metal, then go ahead, just use this, and I'm going to throw him the holy symbol of Thor.
That works. And I will say that quizzical look is a little disturbing because it's an expressional metal face with vacant eyes filled with lightning that just sort of cocks the head sideways.
Good. I keep forgetting no one can see what her face looks like.
Yep. Porcelain
Alright, the helmet is also really fucking scary.
That's the main thing. The headdress with the 2 pairs of horns is visually, like the silhouette of it, pretty damn close to the headdress your Lucia's mother wore back in the Underdark. So we're talking like early childhood memories of being terrified of this person wearing this same visage.
Yeah, like straight up.
Yeah.
After she's done thanking Elspeth, she just straight up hides behind Osaka.
Right. Let's carry on then.
Okay. Azaka is watching all of this. She's a pretty wise person, and she's developing her clerical abilities, so she can tell that we need a bit of decompression. So I think she's going to gather the lot of you on the peak of the shaft of this fallen but still erect tree trunk in the middle of the bush. Yeah. And not It's pretty damp around here, so I think she's willing to start a fire up here. So gathering bits of wood and doing your best to dry them off. You start a little fire going, and to make sure that the Quetzalcoatlus doesn't go to waste, she pulls pieces of it off respectfully. Of course, she says a little prayer over it in her native tongue. Oh God, what is her people again?
Chult. Oh wait, do you mean Osaka?
Eshwe. Oh. Yes, she says a prayer in Eshwe, which sounds like common, but it is to common what like Esperanto is to English and Spanish and French. It's just like you hear some similar words, but it's different enough that you can't take out the details. So she says a prayer in Eshwe over the fallen Quetzalcoatlus, pulls enough meat for you guys to have a meal. So you'll consume half a rations for today because you managed to get a decent meal.
Nice.
And so she will she'll start skewering and turning these things over, and she'll have everybody sit in a circle. And she's just gonna sort of stand there looking at the lot of you as you go about your businesses, not making eye contact with one another. I'll roll. Hey, somebody roll me a D100.
Yeah, sure. I want to cause chaos.
Give me a D100. We'll see. As I open a table.
7.
Yeah. 7.
Barely beat
That's
me
so
to it.
low. That's okay. It's nothing bad. It's just gonna determine what topic she brings up. Watch this be like something super dark with the 7.
I killed a man. What the fuck? Where is this coming from? I killed a man.
How many did you kill? I killed like 5 yesterday when you weren't looking.
Lucia, stop!
Okay.
I thought you were the good one.
So the prompt for
No, I thought you were
7.
one of the good Drow. Damn it.
One of the good ones. Yeah, okay. All right there, Olaf.
I don't say that in character.
So this is the prompt.
Obviously, didn't say that shit.
Which is pretty surface level, with 7. I think she's going to look over the lot of you, and she's going to say, we're looking a little worse for wear, aren't we?
Well, the better once I can get this helmet off, or force the angel or whatever to let me take it off.
True. She's going to nod, and she's going to say, it doesn't really fit your vibe at the moment. So, why don't we have you, Abby, give us another rundown of what Elspeth is looking like now after almost a week in the jungle. No, I think it's been a whole week, actually, at this point. A week in the jungle. So. And, what do we see visually when we look at Elspeth at this point?
I think her clothes are absolutely ruined. They were very pristine and quite high class and quite fancy when we started, but they've slowly accumulated rips and tears and stains as she's not been bothered to prestidigitate away. They've kind of set into the clothing. Obviously, no one can see her face. The bottom of her cloak is just completely covered in mud as it's been dragging across the floor. Which she can't change the color of. Yeah,
has she been bothering to update the Glamoury as you go, or has she just been focusing on camouflage?
I think she just kept it a solid greenish camouflage color.
Okay. I think when Azaka sees that, she's gonna say, "Oh, sweetie, No, she wouldn't say sweetie. She's gonna look at you and nod, and she's gonna say, "We should probably wash that cloak. The camouflage is starting to fail."
Probably. I mean, I can just do it. I'll just prestidigitate it away. Super easy for her, but she's not really been keeping up with it.
She's gonna raise a hand with a finger, and she's gonna say, "I don't think that's gonna be what you need right now." She nods down to the water below, and she said, "When I was down there, I noticed it was kind of a bit of a lye pool. Go down there and scrub it. It'll be good for you." And the way she says it implies she won't broach you saying no.
What does that mean?
She, like, it was more of a command. There's no room for you to say no. Yeah, of course you can. But yeah, she says,
Yeah.
don't use magic. It'll be good for you. Get down there. Do it by hand.
All right. I'm gonna look at Lucia as I leave. So just drop down into the water.
All right. What's Lucia looking like at this point?
Well, Lucia would still be taking care of all the hygiene for her clothes and herself. Yeah. Not because she's like super concerned about how she looks.
For sure.
But because she gets infected very easily.
Yes.
I think that right now, the thing that might have prompted Asaka to say this is her like inspecting her site where the spear just went through her, where I'm guessing she's still having a healing wound that is going to leave a massive scar.
Yeah. The vicious wound, it's probably, with the magic of the weapon, it's probably the sort of thing that would always leave a scar. So, yeah, you've got this like white pale lines just sort of crisscrossing out like spider webs out from where the pierce marks are. In your ashen skin. Yeah, it's not great. Yeah. You've also probably lost some weight already from the jungle environment.
Yeah. I will actually say it. I lost like 5 pounds.
Yeah.
Besides that, she also looks noticeably paler than she used to be. Her eyes, like around the eyes, is even darker in comparison now. She looked like she had a bad night's sleep before, but now she looks like she just hasn't really slept in a week.
Yeah. So I think seeing that Azaka is going to watch Elspeth go. And when you look back towards Azaka, she's just holding up the biggest, fattiest, juiciest piece of meat. And she just says flatly, eat.
But I don't eat meat.
She sighs. And she says...
Is it red meat or is it white meat? I guess it's more like chicken, right?
Yeah, it would be. It's bird.
Because red meat I cannot eat.
No, it's definitely white meat. Because... this is probably more in the vein of something like a crocodile, actually. Which I believe is white meat.
Which I think is white meat, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a fishy kind of... I think reptile has a fishy texture to it. I don't know. I've never actually eaten a reptile.
I think they have like very white and fatty.
White and fatty?
Yeah. Meat.
Yeah, so it's...
Well, Lucia would bring up that she prefers to not eat meat if she doesn't have to, but I think at this point, with Asaka being so forceful, she would just
I think she sees that, she remembers you telling her that, and I think she's going to sigh, and she's going to say, I won't make you, but you need some iron. Look at your hands.
And I will just look at my hands like...
Yeah. They're shaking more than usual, they're gaunt, clammy. Yeah.
They're shaking, they're like noticeably wet. Glistening a bit in the light of the fire. Yeah, I guess I should. Don't have my iron supplements with me. Yeah. I too couldn't take everything.
She nods and she says, I know you care about everything and everyone around you. And it sucks that this animal had to die. We can respect its death by putting it back into the system, right?
At least we're getting to give it a good last use. Yeah. A purpose in its death, I guess.
If you believe in souls, I sent it off to the heaven. The Beastlands.
Thank you.
Yeah. So with that, she hands you a big, fatty chunk of Quetzalcoatl steak. It's
like
bigger
10 times
than your
head.
head.
I would eat.
Yeah, it's like Link with a meat skewer. It's just like, how is this twink gonna eat this? Nobody knows.
But he does.
Yeah,
he's very good at gobbling down meat. Wink, wink.
I swear to God.
I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Her gaze is going to drift behind the tiger mask over the rest of you. Olaf. What is Olaf looking like at this point?
Well, obviously Olaf has never been in the jungle before, and this has been definitely a shocking and reeling experience.
Yeah.
So you can see that he's not even bothered to shave. in the past few weeks because he knows that it's more of a sort of like a little bit to keep himself occupied, like a little mundane thing to see how long his beard gets before they get back to the city. His hair has been slicked back as it's been growing a bit, so he's just trying to slick it back because it was already hanging over his goggles before.
And he hasn't showered, of course, in a week.
Yeah, he does try to like keep on top of that, but without like running water and so on. He keeps mindful of that as well.
Okay.
His packs are basically tightened even more than usual, just trying to make sure that he keeps himself in one piece as he gets through the jungle. And he beneath the big like forge gloves that he usually wears, he has these fingerless gloves, which are a bit more tactile and a bit easier to go around with. But you can see his nails are sort of just covered in muck and dirt. He's been obviously working and doing everything he can out here, but hygiene has not been the greatest thing in the jungle. Greatest availability within the jungle.
Yeah. I think she's gonna look you up and down, and as she passes you, Quetzalcoatl skewer, she's just gonna say, "Proved less lily-livered than I expected."
Sorry, what was that?
You've proved less lily-livered, yellow-bellied, cowardly, weak than I expected. When I saw you at my spot at the forge, I expected some wimpy little trust fund kid, but got some gumption. And that thing's impressive. She nods to Fenrir, who at the moment, the fight dislodged a piece of his jaw, so he's got one paw up trying to push it back into place.
Leave it, Fenrir. I'll deal with it in a second. And I think Fenrir will just like sit down like a sort of like upset dog. He's like, fine.
Yeah.
Get him a card.
Well, my family doesn't work like that. You hear about all these forge families, they only hear about the perfection and so on, but not real, tangible skill and just willing to learn the craft. I was never let to be on my arse at home. Always had to do something, keep busy.
She nods and she says, Thymer's told me a little bit about his friends in youth. I don't think he ever mentioned his human friends, but given the people he sort of hangs around with, I expect your family's pretty tough and rumble-tumble. It's good to see. It's good to see. I'm not the biggest fan of men, but, you're one of the good ones.
Damn! It happened to me. It's like...
You're welcome.
You know
Will
what?
I get the double lesbian
I'm gonna
one?
take that as a compliment and not think too much about it.
She nods and, she just, she says, you've proven better than I expected, and I'm glad I'm traveling with you. Just don't do anything too stupid going forward. Cut your goddamn nails.
I'll try.
They're gross. Olaf, look at me.
Okay, no, I understand.
Olaf,
I'm looking you in the eyes. They're gross.
They're gross.
Yep, they're gross. I'll deal with them. If I can maybe make some kind of nail clipper. Oh, that's a good idea. And Olaf, one hand just chewing on this skewer. He just starts sketching on a piece of paper in his notepad on his thigh as he's sitting cross-legged. Yeah. Just like, that's very good.
Designs nail clippers. There we go.
Fuck it, I'm gonna also do my cuticles. Ooh.
Oh, there you go. So as Olaf invents the entire spectrum of pedicure care, last but not least, Azaka turns to Hope. How is Hope faring the jungle?
He looks a bit harried. Like somebody who's been dealing with constant anxiety for the last...
almost because he has.
He's managed to... Yeah, I know, right? His beard has not grown any. It's still a scruffy... barely grown mess.
Yep.
That is clearly like he wants it to grow, it's just not growing.
Yeah.
His hair is messy and probably in of a combing. his legs are covered in mud.
Yeah.
Like he tries his best, but he doesn't have magic.
Yep.
His face is clean and his hands are clean because he's excessive about making sure they stay clean. He tried for the first couple days to keep his feet clean and then just gave up.
Yeah, the hooves are looking pretty cracked at this point, and the fur is all matted and gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't have fur on his... Oh, no, he does have fetlocks.
Yeah.
Little bit of fetlocks.
I remembered.
On his legs.
I remembered.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
So you're sitting there.
But yeah, no, he just looks tired.
Yeah. I mean, you would. But as Asaka turns to you to hand you a bit of Quetzalcoatl stick, she notices that Six Whiskers has actually crawled out of your pouch and is standing on your shoulder, and she's frantically nibbling on your ear as Hope stares, unflinching, unmoving, into the fire in front of him, as if transfixed. And Hope, you're not at the campfire right now. You're in a very familiar tavern. You're back home at the...
It's like...
you're back home at Hell's Haberdashery. You can see all of the hats on the wall.
I got
are all
the
set and
address
ready to
wrong
go.
on the... I forgot to change it back again.
Yusuf, mute yourself.
Mute yourself.
Yeah,
Guy.
It's still like the first speaker.
Yeah, it's Hell's Haberdashery.
Yeah. You're in the haberdashery. The hats are hanging up on all the walls. You can see your mom's sewing station. You can
Such a good name.
Yeah. You can see all of the spots that your uncles would normally occupy. You can see your sister's little alcove up high with her skylight window where she can peer listfully up at the clouds like the edgy little emo that she is. Yeah, and you see your little cubby hole in the corner with all of your books and pencils and paints and everything. It's a humble place, not too big, but decent. A nice, solidly middle class haberdashery, but it's on fire.
It's a tavern. It's just called a haberdashery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it. Tavern. My apologies.
Yeah, no, it is straight up a tavern. It's just called the haberdashery, and people get confused.
Like I just did. Point is, you are in the middle of this tavern looking around. You hear screams everywhere, and the tavern is on fire. And as you're looking around in that dreamlike state where you can't move, but you can look around you, you hear a voice break over the cries. And it says in a raspy, grinding tone, "The chalice. The chalice. Hope. Hope." You give any response? The screams of pain, and they're getting louder as if they're getting closer, and the fire is getting more and more intense all around you.
And I can't move.
It's a dream. You could move, but it's one of those things where you're clearly here, but you don't really have a body. You're just sort of viewing things. So you can explore the space, but you're in the middle of your home. You can hear the screams of pain and suffering from many, many, many voices, some of which you recognize. And there's this echoing, grinding voice that sounds like blocks of cement brushing past each other. Just...
What chalice? What are you talking about? And he'll try to approach, he'll try to escape.
Sure. You turn around.
He'll try to move, try to get out, try to find people, try to anything really.
Give me a charisma ability check real quick.
Charisma.
23, yeah. You're
That's a
able
23.
to push through the soup of this dream, and you can see coming into your vision is your hand as you reach forward to the handle to this door. And when you touch it, it burns, it sears your hand. But because you got through a 20, you're able to turn the handle of the burning in and open it up. And beyond the tavern, you see this endless blasted volcanic plain. There are just pits and crags extending as far as the
This
eye
is
can
not
see.
home.
And every hole in the ground is belching ash and fire and smoke. Up above, there's just an endless cloud of rolling volcanic storm with lightning crashing and flashing here and there. You can see down on the blasted plains of this place just multitudes of people that are just actively on fire, burning as they're wandering this plain. Some of them chained together, some of them wandering alone, wailing in agony. And that's the screaming you've been hearing. This voice comes into your head again.
He'll bring up like the corner of his jacket to cover his mouth, try to block out some of that ash.
Yeah. It says, "The skull, boy. You must get the skull chalice. Keep it out of her hands."
Who? What? I don't understand.
Keep the chalice out of her
So
hands.
he's just like stammering, wordless in confusion.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't understand.
Okay.
Like he understands the words, but not like, what is this chalice? Who is her? Why do I have to keep it out of her hands? What does all of this mean? Is this real? Am I just hallucinating? You know, all of those questions that he's asking in his head, but not actually saying out loud.
How would Hope try to impose his will in this situation? Or would he impose his will in this situation? Or would he just wait?
He would kind of, I think he'd try to like, I think, 1 second. I think using thaumaturgy to make his voice boom, he'll say, "Explain! I don't understand what you're talking about."
Give me a intimidation check. Charisma intimidation. Not that great.
10.
You try to make yourself strong. You try to project some of your sister's confidence and sort of the power of some of your uncles and your mom, and you try to project that, but I mean, you're just this scared, hot, burning little boy in the middle of a blasted hellscape. You get no response.
He's just a useless little bard.
Until you feel a pressure on your shoulder. And the world spins around you, and you are staring up into the face of this angelic-looking woman who's just been ruined by burns. Just every ounce of this once beautiful, angelic, model-like woman is just covered in cracked, burning skin. The edges of her eyes, as they come down towards her skin, are where her tear ducts, her tears would travel. That skin is just cracked open, and you could see like pumping muscle and blood veins underneath in that split apart section on either side of her cheeks. She has these black ashen bird wings on either side of her that look like they've just been covered in soot, and they're just sort of twitching with this anxious energy as this figure spins you around and puts a hand on either one of your shoulders, and her
Does she look
face
familiar to me?
pushes close. Yeah, you know this face. This is your mom. Not your earthly mom. Your other mom. But she...
I think he'll try to hug her.
Yeah. She takes it. She looks different than you remember, than how she appeared to you the first few times.
Right now, he feels like a scared little boy. And this is a familiar face.
Yeah. Give me a... we're going to do a charisma contest, if you don't mind. Just because she is trying to get something across to you, and she's not here to comfort you.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
pretty good
have...
roll.
There we go.
A stat block. You have to roll pretty high.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 22.
God damn. Well, she's a +8. So...
Oh.
Oh. I fucked something up. Yeah, that's 11. 3 + 8 is 11. Yeah, so you can see she's trying to tell you something. But in that moment, you push past the will. And then you say this as you embrace her. And that burning sensation just completely surrounds you. But you're able to push past it such that it doesn't even bother you. You can feel your skin sort of melting away as you embrace this figure who is just hot to the touch. And that you hear that terrifying voice break in your ear as she says, I need... You are in danger. I had to reach you.
I'm so scared.
I know. I know. I can't say much.
Is she the one that's taken over Ellie?
No. Your sister
Someone else.
has a path. You know your quest. You can feel her struggling to get words out. It sounds like, even though she's right there,
go.
It's coming from a long, long distance. Yeah, and you can see, again, this full devil form. Like, nothing is hidden from you as your Aaron Yes mother looks down upon you. Yeah, and she's just crying like magma down those cracks on her face. And she says, the chalice for your mother. You bring us together. That is what you wanted. One another.
So, intake a deep breath.
Another seeks the chalice. She must not have it. Do you understand me?
Yes.
Boy.
I need to find it so you can be with her again. And you can meet Ellie. And we can all be a family again.
She smiles.
For the first time.
And more cracks appear on her cheeks. And she says, before I showed you as I was, this is as I am. She thinks for a minute, as I think for a minute. Fate is not so easy to change. I believe in you, but them. You see, she looks up, and your eyes are directed upwards as well, and you see a little break in the burning ash up above as well. And for a moment, you see this shimmering pillar of godlight come through the sky, and she says, "They will try to stop you."
I won't let them.
Keep the chalice. Keep it out of her hands. She wears a mantle of
Will
shadow.
I know when I find it?
She huffs. She says, I cannot see all, but you will find it. And the woman mantled in shadow, the one with a false face, must not get the chalice, or your world will be no more.
Her. He assumes she's talking about the one who's pretending to be Elspeth in the town, but doesn't say.
You can assume whatever you want.
Yeah.
She will at this point.
A false face. That just seems like
there's more cracking and peeling as more of her skin flakes away and just sort of crumbles to ash. And she will do her best to embrace you again in whatever projection you're in. And she looks you in the face, and you can see her eyes just, again, crying magma. It's very painful. And she says, you are the best parts of me, my boy. I would do it all
He'll
again.
give her the most comforting hug he can.
Mm-hmm. She says, I would fall again from heaven to see your face. Do not waste it.
I've got tears in my eyes.
And, yeah, so you are in this reverie having this conversation. As back in the real world, Elspeth, you are on your knees in the water doing your chores, washing your mother's glamour weave. Give me a perception check based on sight as you are cleaning this cloak.
That's persuasion.
Sorry, I clicked, but it's in that one anyway, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you find text, which you've never noticed before. You don't know if you haven't spotted it, or if it's just if it's new. Up around the collar, like just on the inside, there is some baffling text. Like it very clearly is words, but no matter how you look at them, you can't parse them. It's like the reverse of that thing where you change all the letters in the middle of words so you can read them despite like glancing over them. It's like the inverse of that. It's like no matter how you look at them, the letters can't make sense as you're peering at them.
Okay.
But you have only just discovered these when you hear a Zaka shout of concern from up above. And the rest of you, it's only been a couple moments of Hope staring into the fire and Six Whiskers desperately trying to wake him back up. How did a lot of you react to Hope having gone comatose?
I'm going to just rush back up to the top when I hear Osaka shout.
Sure. Yeah, she would actually call your name, actually, because she knows you two are very close. She says, Elspeth, Hope.
I just stepped away for a bit.
That's okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I know that there's a trance going on. I missed some finer details.
Yeah, basically, Hope is staring at the fire intensely, and Six Whiskers is trying to wake him up because she's freaked out. You could see.
Is he sat up,
like chewing on his ear?
Yeah. Basically, Hope is like, what's a good pop culture analogy?
Like a waking dream.
Yeah.
He's just zoned out.
Yeah. I can't think of a pop culture thing off the top of my head. 1,000-yard stare, yeah. Unmoving, not reacting to the pain of the mouse chewing on his ear. You could see Butterscotch, Lucia's cat, has fully, like, again, danger sense is like, got, like, their back paws braced so that Lucia can't stand up and is, like staring angry eyes at Hope and just fully puffed up.
Oh, so
Olaf,
I'm not allowed to leave?
I mean, you can do whatever you
before-
want. Butterscotch is like maybe
I mean,
3 pounds, maybe 12
I
pounds.
would put Butterscotch away, go over to Hope with my healer's kit in hand, and then just do the medicine thing because,
Sure.
why not?
And you were saying, guys, sorry to
no
cut you off.
clue.
Like just basically snapping fingers in front of Hope's face, trying to get their attention.
Yeah. Certainly can.
Like spreading the eyelids apart just to see if there's anything behind there, or if that's something looking at something entirely different.
Oh, yeah.
Like how
he's
eyes look
awake.
different when someone's asleep.
He's awake.
Right.
He's staring. It's just he was transfixed by the fire. But the weird thing, when you get in front of him to try to look into his eye, give me a perception check based on sight. He's unblinking, not reacting. His pupils aren't dilating for you, anything like that. But we'll see with this perception check to see what more you can glean. Or investigation, actually. Either one.
Eyes. I rolled
Natural 20. Not natural.
20.
Your 20
Dirty
isn't
20.
natural. Dirty 20. With the dirty 20, you are between Hope and the fire now. You still see the reflection of the fire in his eyes. Despite being between you and him and the fire.
Will you share that?
There's something going on right now. There's a trance. Even though I'm right in front of him, I can still see the fire in his eyes.
This
Maybe-
is the point at
is it-
which... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were done, guy. I'm so sorry.
He's gonna try and go get right on eye level with Hope and try to see if it's not just fire, if there's something else to this.
Perfect. Yeah, with the dirty 20, you can see the... Yeah, you see a reflection of a place. Just a blasted, endless flat plain that's just on fire. And there's like an active volcanic sky above, reflected in his eyes. It's like he's looking at something else.
And
And that's about the time at which you would arrive, Abby.
I'll just say,
I
well,
think-
what's happened?
your brother's stuck in a
Can I
trance.
add?
Yeah.
Can there be a tear slowly dripping out of
Oh, sure.
his?
For sure. Yeah. He's emotionally reacting to stuff.
I'll just,
Come, look into his eyes. Even though we're blocking the fire, you can still see the reflection.
I'll just like look into his eyes, hold his shoulders, and after noticing the fire inside, just start like shaking him vigorously.
You hear a voice in your head, Elspeth. It says, "Traitor." That's not Gondal's voice. "Traitor. You..."
What the fuck do you want now? Did you do this?
No.
And
He has a
fuck
traitor's
off.
blood.
Yeah, I think I've made it very clear right now. I don't care what you think.
Yeah, you just you feel this sense of disgust that is not your own and is not comfortable being directed at your brother at all. But yeah, you're trying to wake him up. What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm doing all that I can. I'm just gonna shake him.
Okay, you certainly can.
I would hand you a smelling salt.
Yeah.
It's like a little
And
little
just-
capsule, and just break it in the middle and hold it against his nose.
Okay. I'm gonna just carry on shaking him and just say, Hope, can you hear us?
Give me a medicine check, but you can use your charisma ability modifier to do it. So if you're not proficient, just a charisma check.
Okay. 22.
Ooh, yeah. With that, you watch Hope's eyes sort of lose focus. And then for a moment, they go completely black. And those tears that have been streaming down his face, they begin to transfigure a bit. And they sort of sink into his face, and his skin begins to peel as if it's paper. And for a moment, you don't know if you're looking at your brother or someone else, as these black, completely black eyes lock onto yours. And And there's just this curl of a lip with an expression you can't read before Hope blinks and there's Hope again.
What are you guys doing all staring at me?
Olaf is going to reel back because he's about to try and slap Hope awake. He's like, oh, you're awake.
Give me a D100 roll real quick. Riley?
42.
Okay.
The answer to the universe and everything.
Yeah. That's good for you. You don't remember all the details. You remember the gist, but you didn't forget it completely.
Okay.
But you remember you were somewhere else. You remember the emotional content, and that you really need to get something. It's important. But it's foggy.
Okay.
You feel alright?
One second. Just writing something down.
Yeah. That's actually probably a good
Hope
idea.
kind of like what?
This feels like a dream.
Writing something down.
It's fresh in your mind at the moment, but it's ephemeral and it's fading fast. You didn't roll below a 30. You didn't forget it instantly, but it's not going to last long.
Right. He just kind of like puts up his hands for a second, and he had his journal open and was about to start writing in it, like the events of the day. And so like he just like holds up his pen for a second and starts scribbling like as quickly as he can everything that he remembers about the dream. And once he's done, then he looks up. I saw Mother.
Everybody's staring at you, confused.
What did she say?
Do I remember the chalice?
I was
Or
very
not.
vague with you. So I think that the
Yes.
version that we role-played is what you actually remember. In reality, she probably gave you more details.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chill it. I saw Mother. I suppose I owe you all an explanation. We have a mom, and she's a human. And we also have a mother, and she lives in the Nine Hells. Most tieflings come from lines of tieflings, or, a bit of demon blood back in centuries ago, but ours is a little more direct.
Okay, 1 second. Olaf's himbo brain is activating.
Yeah, he's doing the math. He's, huh?
No, it's more of a, wait a minute, I don't have my, I didn't get formally trained in my history of demonic bloodlines, but are you trying to say that your mother, or one of your mothers, is the Archduke of Avernus Zariel?
No.
Oh, thank fuck.
She's not an demon. She's, I believe the term is Arenize. She's a fallen angel.
Wait. So are they or are they not Zariel?
They're not Zaria.
Okay, good. Okay,
No.
Or are they?
You
She's
can't
an
not
Arenize.
every.
Different.
You can't just pick one famous person and think everyone is that person.
Not every Aaron yes is Zerial. God, Olaf.
I'm so sorry, but there's not that many recorded
I didn't even
instances.
travel with this guy.
Prejudiced.
There's not that many recorded instances of fallen fucking angels, okay?
Hashtag not all fallen angels.
To be fair, all Aaron yeses are fallen angels.
I
That's
think
canon.
she was
But
a
yes.
Valkyrie. I believe she's told me she was a Valkyrie
Okay.
before.
Sorry, keep going.
No, I started dreaming, like, when I was actually asleep, of her, like, a few months before all this happened. She decided to speak to me, and, she never tried to speak to me while I was awake, which is probably, I don't know, she wants me to find a chalice. If I find the chalice, then she can change her fate, and she can finally be reunited with our mum. You can finally meet her, Ellie. She'll be able to come to the mortal realm again, and we'll be a family. But I have to find it before this shadowed lady with the wrong face, or something like that.
You know someone like that?
Yeah. Yeah. Most of my visions were just kind of in a astral nowhere realm. This time I think I saw hell.
It looked like that. We could see the reflection in your eyes.
There was fire everywhere and people screaming, and the sky was filled with ash. But she was there, and I got to hug her. Ow, what happened to my ear?
You see Six Whiskers is sort of just trying to wash the blood out of her mouth sheepishly.
Ow!
I'm gonna hug her and just say, I'm glad. I thought it was something like Gondor. I'm glad you're okay.
No, it was just Mom.
I think I might need to show her who's really in charge.
Give me a deception check real quick, Abby.
Okay.
Internal deception check. Okay, that's pretty decent. You can feel questions pushing their way into your consciousness as she's digging for answers in your head, trying to get more details. But anytime she latches onto something, you mislead her into something else. She's not able to glean anything more than you're saying out loud. But you can tell she's listening.
Alright.
And that voice in the back of your head again. I know her. I know her. Somehow.
Go on then. If you want to perhaps ingratiate yourself a bit before we get to Salmatop and bury you in the ground forever, be my guest.
She scoffs at that and she says, I don't. I I still haven't made a sheet for her. She would have a... I'm just going to use the Aaron Yes sheet because Valkyries would have... they would also be CR12, so... so I'm just going to use the Aaron Yes sheet. There we go. I'm going to have her make a history check real quick to see what she can pull up. 14's not bad. She says shakily, she says, I was killed by a friend long ago. I can't remember why. But I know that name. I know that face we saw. Traitor.
I'll think for a moment. What did she do that you think that she's a traitor?
I can't remember.
Of course.
There isn't much left of me, child.
Yes, I know that you're weak.
She responds with rage. I would like you to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, fuck. No, if you poke a hornet's nest enough times.
I know we're way past half, but we got to close this scene out, and then we'll take a break.
Yeah. 12.
Not quite.
Could I perhaps, since I have my brother and my friends around
she's not
me,
trying to take over.
She's not trying to take over. Okay.
Of course.
But she is going to send a stab with her spear your way in your head.
Fuck.
So we'll just the slashing damage, but it'll be psychic damage. 7 psychic damage.
Oh, not the poison.
No,
okay.
not the poison.
Okay.
I love
Elspeth
that.
just
I love that
clutches
idea.
her head.
The tears now left red streaks like a scar down Hope's face. Very MCR. It's beautiful. But yeah, you take 7 points of psychic damage as she lances you in response to that barb, and she's quite angry.
Do I get the feeling that if I were to attune to this helmet, like, I would be like fully in control at that point?
Yes. Now that you've played around with it a bit, I won't make you roll for it. The attunement process for this helmet is either you attune to the helmet or the helmet attunes to you.
Okay.
Either she rides you around or you ride her around. That.
All right.
Jesus Christ, this really is a horny ass episode. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna say to Hope. The bitch inside of this helmet says that she knew our mother at some point, and that she was killed by her. But frankly, I'm sick
it makes sense.
and would like her gone. So
It makes. Oh, sorry.
with your help, since
That
there
makes.
you go.
We keep interrupting guys.
I think
We
the
keep
interrupting each
interrupting
other
each
is in
other.
character. Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah. It makes sense if Mother is a fallen Valkyrie that she would know this other Valkyrie, and they might have clashed in the past. I mean, it's hard to be fallen if you haven't betrayed people. But I will help you as much as I can. And I think he'll like reach out and hold onto her hands if she'll let him.
Yeah, I'll take his hand and I'll say, despite everything, I do quite like you guys, and I'll turn to the rest of the party and say, so unless I want to get this thing out of my head and I want to take full control, but I think there is a risk that she retaliates. So what do you all say?
retaliates how?
I don't know.
Attacks
she
us.
gave me a splitting migraine just then. I don't. She could take control again, but I think that if I have all of your help, I should be able to, especially Hope.
You're free to try, but I will not have part in this.
Okay. Olaf?
Sorry, I fucking missed the premise of what's going on.
I'm preparing to basically challenge Gondor, attune to the helmet, take full control.
Right, okay. I can't stop you from doing anything, but if you
What could go wrong? Nothing.
wig out and we have to put you down, that's the price you're going to have to pay.
Alright. Before I do this, I'm going to release all of my magic. I'm just gonna expend all of my spell slots in whichever way that I can.
Okay. So as night comes to its inevitable close, and where you would normally start taking your rests, you watch as Elspeth burns all of her sorcery points, all of her spell slots, just blasting the air around you. Very nice. Very nice.
If I could help, I just like throwing rocks or whatever to blast with an energy ball and shit.
There you go. Yeah. All to prepare for this ritual. Lucia has declined to take part in this ritual.
Wait, are we all getting involved or just bearing witness?
I'm not entirely sure. I'm going to have to come up with the rules for this when we take our break. But
Oh, fuck. Are we just gonna all be there? Like, whoa, 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 whoa. I wanted to be in the audience, not a fucking active participant. I'm in the splash zone.
Yeah. I'm going to have to think about how we're going to do this.
I was basically just implying that Hope would give me bad inspiration and I would have another crack at whatever it would be.
This
But
is
if you
going to be
wanna
a
do
battle of the
something
minds,
special-
though. This is definitely going to be a
Or
battle
hear
of the
me
minds.
out. Play chess.
Me and Spencer actually just play chess. I think
Exactly,
I
yeah.
would win.
No,
Not gonna lie.
what we'll do is we'll play a game of MTG on Cockatrice. Because there's no way I'll lose, right? Because I'm such a good Magic the Gathering player.
And no, it's okay. Everyone will team up against Abby.
That's what it is, yeah.
4-player commander. I'm playing stacks.
I'm going to take a break now to think about those things. Feel free to
Alright.
go to the bathroom, get snacks, whatever you want to do. I'm going to think about how we're going to do this.
Doing in between.
What's that?
I want to go to.
Oh, what was that, Mia? Sorry. I missed
I
that.
already had so many snacks in between.
Very
I'm
good.
hungry.
Very good.
Ellen wanted food today, but
Yeah.
she's taking a nap and has been for like 4 hours.
So we will pause for the time being. I found the macros for the safety cards, and they're on your toolbar now. So be back in a bit of time. I'm sure if you listen to the VODs, you know that your conversations are recorded over the break. So if you guys want to talk about stuff while I'm gone, feel absolutely free to. But I'm gonna log off for a second and think long and hard about how we're gonna do this, because I didn't expect you to do this time, but I really like the way this has gone. So see you in a bit.
I'm working on updating Hope's visual in Hero Forge. I've added some angry red lines coming down from his eyes. Think I like it. I'm gonna share it with you guys in just a sec. All right, I'm gonna change his side. Yes. Eye posing under feast. I'll get rid of his smile. Alright, print, screenshot. Okay, ready. Anybody else actually still here? Or am I the only one? And am I just talking to myself? Alright, let's go to the right room and post. Eye scars! He's got something exciting about him now. Guess I better remove his vial. Items. Remove the musical instrument. There. And pouch. Kind of a rat. Close enough. I think I'll replace the book with back to face. I want to look down at it. Hmm. Okay, that's neat. can actually import 6 whiskers. And she's looking up at him. She's a very thick tail, though, because she's...
Oh, it's going to be the backup character for Elspeth.
What?
I mean, this sounds like you might need a new character if this fucks it up.
I don't know. It's not gonna fuck up. We're fine.
Definitely not.
Want to just get some of the better rolls out right now? Just roll like 10d20 and see how many months it is.
What have you got the good rolls out right now?
I still think Lucia is not the first one to be out the fort.
I'll...
I've not thought much about my backup character.
Screenshot.
Oh no, there's a big ominous red circle. If you're saying
right,
stuff,
I have updated the boy slightly.
I know, it looks awesome.
I've added even more.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, I've added the eyes. I've changed his hair. I've actually I did the eyes and then I did the marking and then I decided to do more. So I've just gotta update it with I've gotta upload his new image to the Discord so I can share it. But I've put 6 whiskers in his image.
Oh, nice.
And also alright, I think this is it. There. I've made his hair a little shaggier.
Yeah.
And swapped out his book for his little mouse friend.
Nice.
I think adding dirt to his clothing would be a little too much effort, so... But he's got a little mouse friend. Uh-oh, that's a big circle. Let's see if I can actually I think edit. Also, I just want you to know that the file or the folder that Hope is saved in is called Tomb of Annie.
What happened to Annie? Ever since the fucking play, like, did she just have a bad time?
I guess. I just didn't feel like trying to spell Annihilation. And also, I finally got to tell everyone who my mom...
Yeah. We need to find out more about Olaf.
Yeah.
It's fine, I'm totally done.
that,
I'm not a threat. I know you didn't say anything, but I'm not a threat.
Did you know that their mom was an actual devil, or was that a surprise to you?
I knew you had two moms, and I knew there was some kind of demonic and angelic parentage somewhere, but I wasn't too sure of like the exact fucking trials and tribulations and such.
Yeah, our mom is a fallen Valkyrie. The other was just a regular old human.
My entire family is token human.
His parents are the straightest white lady that goes to church every Sunday. And the father is the most token straight dude who only likes women. But only his woman.
He's faithful.
Well, that's
And he,
nice. At least it's only his
builds
woman.
shelves around the house. That are very straight. Like perfect 90-degree angles. No tilt at all.
Yeah. He's built different.
I think you just described Lisa.
Well, I haven't put up a shelf in years.
When you did put up a shelf, what was the shelf? What was the construction of the shelf like? Would you say?
Quite
Is it very
perpendicular
straight?
to the wall.
Perpendicular to the wall,
Yeah.
parallel with the wall.
What? What the fuck are you stupid?
Wait, okay, no, I'm not the stupid one here, right? If you have a shelf that is perpendicular to the wall, that shelf is lying on the floor.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Perpendicular.
I mean, parallel
is-
would mean that
No.
it's...
That's not a shelf, that is a
Perpendicular
painting.
Right, Abby.
That is a painting.
I'm right,
A
and I
shelf
mean,
that's
okay,
parallel to the
okay.
wall.
Perpendicular means 90-degree angle. Parallel would mean that the board
Yeah.
would be 180 degrees angle and however far away. So,
And there you couldn't put anything on it.
Right, so
Oh,
this is your room.
ooh.
This is your room. You have
Are you trying to prove you're
your
not stupid?
shelf. This shelf is... This is the wall here. This is the wall. This shelf is parallel with the wall.
Okay, no, that is a bookshelf, a freestanding shelf.
like a shelf.
I'm talking
That's
about
not
a
one.
single shelf that you install on a wall.
Okay,
that,
that
yeah.
makes sense.
Whack
That's
ass.
funny. I made. Oh, that's funny.
There you go. That's the ones we're talking about.
That makes sense. I apologize for my outburst.
The
I'm
massive
upset.
no, you are wrong.
No, that's how shelves are.
Wait, Joseph, don't you study something like mechanics or something?
I studied mechanical engineering.
Yeah,
I was
I would
studying
say
computer
the one,
science.
the one studying that would know.
Hope token.
I hope so.
I just didn't even bother making it a circle.
Yeah, so your new skyscraper is done. We did it parallel to the ground. You did what? It was like a ginormous
That's a
wall.
warehouse.
Or like the one, where was it? Was it
What
like
did you
in,
prepare?
near Dubai or something, or Africa, where they built a city that's just one very long wall and it's basically just one
No,
building?
there was the Saudi government had a
I think
plan
it's
for
a
that, but it's the
proposal.
worst. It's like the worst idea imaginable.
Yeah, it's absolutely awful.
They've not actually built anything.
No, it's just a proposal of a city that's like a mile long and like 100 meters thick or something.
Yeah. Bad idea.
I think people pointed out why that is a bad idea. Like people that actually know their shit about different things.
Yeah.
I was like, yes,
Yeah, no, I saw a
god
video
awful
about
if you
it,
do this.
pointing out how
This would be the worst
bad of an
thing you
idea
did
it
ever
is.
do.
It'd be funny though.
Oh, it would
Like
be
in
hilarious.
theory, like condensed living spaces are good. Like getting a lot of people close together is good. But not in the middle of the desert and not like in a line when you could make it like a cube, like a regular city.
No, I'm just thinking of a big glass cube in the middle of the desert now, and I love it.
It would be like a greenhouse. Genuinely, it's the worst idea.
Oh my goodness.
But hear me out, Abby. Some motherfucker could go out to the desert and like come back in a few years, and then suddenly there's just this metallic cube in the desert hosting some dystopian society.
Why would you just
It was supposed to be 105 miles long, like 170 kilometers.
Why would you just limit yourself
Partway
to a time?
through-
You could build anything.
I remember today that I bought ice cream a while back, so I got to eat some of it.
Hey, nice. Ice cream's always, like, I always do that. I always forget about ice cream that I buy.
Yeah.
Oh no. Anyways.
Zelda is so
I-
fucking good.
Well,
I
you don't
have
to tell me
seen
about
the
it.
first couple of hours of gameplay. I finally found a stream where I'm enjoying the commentary.
Nice.
It's not as good as Red and Blue, but it'll do.
Have they not got very far?
Well, Red isn't doing... The person that I want to see stream this game isn't going to do it until they've gotten like a decent amount into it. And I'm curious about what's going on in this game, so like I guess I'm just going to have to find someone else. And I found one, but he keeps saying that that the further episodes are going to be commentary free. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep watching because I kind of watch partially for the commentary.
Yeah.
Like I like hearing the creators' opinions on things, or rather the streamers' opinions on things, because I like getting some opinions by someone who knows a little more about the game than I do. He did build a very long train of carts, and that was funny. I love the ghost dude in this one. He's so cool.
Oh, yeah, the furry.
Yeah, I also think that the Zonai and the Twilight...
And
Like,
the
there's
what?
no way they're not. The people from the Twilight Realm in
Twilight Princess.
Oh, I've never
the
played
episode where
Twilight.
the game where Link turns into a wolf, because they're both like dark creatures from the under
No
place.
spoilers,
and-
please. No spoilers.
I don't know. I mean, they're not from the Twilight, or the Twilight are people. They have similar visual vibes. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all my brain knows. And I don't know. It seems like they're related. And I'm not the only one who's come up with that theory, so it's not just my weird brain.
Who knows, maybe the one of them become the ones in the Twilight later. Also, welcome back, Spencer.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
You
did
argued
some
on a
reading.
shelf.
I
Hello,
did some
Spencer.
writing, and I made a little arena. Hello.
We had a big argument on a shelf.
A shelf.
Would you say a
Nice.
shelf is built perpendicular or parallel to a wall?
Specifically, to frame the context, we're installing a shelf.
Well, completely coming in here. What's the word?
Being put on the spot.
Yeah, coming in here completely blank, no preconceived notions or anything. I would say the shelf is perpendicular to the wall, but the anchors would be parallel to the wall.
Yes.
See, if it's like a bookshelf, it would be parallel to the wall there.
Wrong, Gabby.
That depends on how the bookshelf
Yeah,
is
but
secured.
it would not be a shelf.
If
it
the
would be a
bookshelf
bookshelf.
has a backing
What?
that is secured to the wall, then the bookshelf would be parallel to the wall. But if the bookshelf are just flat boards
No,
with
what
anchors on
I
the
mean
bottom,
to say, what Abby's saying is right, but she's now trying to backtrack because she was wrong the first time.
And she
see.
was
No,
very
I wasn't
upset.
wrong the first time. What?
Yes, you
We were just talking about two different types of shelves.
That change is so cool. Riley Hope looks so cool. He's so goth.
He's so god.
My mother.
All I did
Oh yeah, these are definitely
Change his
perpendicular to the wall.
hair and
These
add
shelves.
the
Are.
eyelines.
Damn.
Anyway, let's
Anyway,
see if we
hello.
get a new PC.
Hello.
I'm ready.
So, Lucia, you are not taking part in this.
Yeah, I'm not.
What
This
is
basically
Lucia going to be up
Elspeth.
to?
Sorry?
What is Lucia going to be up to while this is going on?
I don't think she wants to watch.
Okay.
If Asaka stays out, she would stay on the side in the camp with Asaka.
Yeah, Azaka has no knowledge of how this is working. She's going to let you guys, let the chips fall where they may, but she's not going to interfere.
But Lucia 100% is not taking part because in her mind, this is basically a spirit of a dead person sealed inside his helmet, and Elspeth is trying to dominate that person to take control over them.
Basically.
I mean,
And-
to be fair, she's doing
well,
the same thing to
She's
Elspeth.
trying
so-
to protect herself from being
Yes,
dominated.
but Elspeth did stupid things, so it's her own fault.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Like, she doesn't think this is the right way to go about it. The right way in her mind would be trying to figure out how she could get rid of the helm so both can be their own person again.
Okay.
But oh well.
Okay.
Not her monkey, not her circus.
That's fair. That's fair. So, Elspeth,
Yes.
how are you preparing for this ritual to try to attune to this helmet? You blasted off all your spells. You're completely drained. You're tired. You're exhausted. You're sweaty. You sit next to this little campfire. You've got Lucia darkly watching you with butterscotch on her shoulder, just sort of watching you warily. And Azaka's just sort of impassionately looking at all of you with her tiger mask obscuring her face.
I'm just gonna hold Hope's hand and I don't know. I'll just look up at the sky. Think about just like center myself. Concentrate on I guess just my sense of self.
Okay, that makes sense. But you are going to let your friends help you.
I am.
Okay. So what I'm thinking is you are going to confront Gondol inside of your mind to try to do something with her. That's entirely up to you. You need to figure that out for yourself. But to do that, your friends are going to tangibly help you. But they are going to be coming with you, which means they're going to be putting themselves at risk as well. Because you fought Gondol. You don't quite have what it takes to beat her on your own. But with your friends coming with you, they might be able to bolster you, give you extra strength, extra stuff. Get what I'm laying down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit in a circle around this little fire. Intuition leads you to hold hands. And you go into your mind. And
I know Hope is willing to hold hands, but is Olaf willing to help me?
Oh, cooties. Olaf will begrudgingly be like, I'm here for you, but you know the deal. If you fail, that's your head.
I know, but I once failed.
So it be.
all right. With that, Elspeth, you begin to chant and hum to yourself, and you fold up into yourself. And you begin to hear a crowd cheering and jeering. And Hope and Olaf, you travel with Elspeth into this mindscape. And you find yourselves in the crowd of this dirty, grungy-ass arena in the basement of some ill-repute tavern. It reeks, it stinks, there's puke and piss and beer everywhere. It's just a nasty, grungy place. You look to your left, you look to your right, there's bugbears, there's half-orcs, there's a full orc, there's a really drunk ogre who is just having the time of his life, yelling and shouting and throwing coins around. A minotaur pushes his way past you to get a better look at the ring. And before you see a cage match. Elspeth, what did you look like back in the day when you had your little alter ego? What was your
God.
suit, your outfit?
I've not thought about this.
My
No,
God,
hey,
bro,
I'm
you-
asking you.
Oh my God.
I think she had a oh fuck. I think she had this like tacky faux like metal like breastplates
Oh, I love that.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
And if like fantasy hair dye exists, she's dyed her hair black
Yeah.
and has got like I don't know what it's called, like the side cut where part of your hair is like really short on one
Oh, I
side.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this tacky metal breastplate that clearly isn't armor. It's just like highly polished, like tin,
Yeah.
nickel plated. You've got the buzz cut on the side. Probably some unnecessary piercings.
Probably.
Ooh, maybe a ripped up leather jacket that's cut too short. With spikes on it pointing outward, of course.
No, I think that's a bit too far.
A bit too much.
But, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, you get the vibe. You look down and you see this
At
skinny,
the time,
scrawny looking teenager. Yeah, sorry, Riley.
did Hope know about this, or I don't
Pretty
remember.
sure Hope didn't know about this, if I remember correctly from the notes.
Yeah.
I don't think Hope knew about this.
So Hope's confused.
Just go with it. I'll tell you about it later.
Yeah. You are far apart from each other. Olaf and Hope, you find yourselves in the stands of this jeering crowd. But you see Elspeth as a much younger, scrawny little girl in the middle of this ring, trying to look tough as she's sort of shaking her hands, getting ready to do this rumble. And you hear the announcer call out, in returning to the pit tonight, we have... Oh, I just had your name.
Gander's Bane.
Thank you. Returning to the pit tonight, we have fan favorite and upstart Gander's Bane. The crowd cheers and goes wild. Yeah, Elspeth, you look around. You're completely transported back to a younger, much angrier self. But then the announcer, once the cheers go down, the announcer hushes down and he says, "And now, from a land long away, from a fate no one is quite sure, the wand wielder, Sigrun's right hand, outrider of Odin, favorite, the wand wielder, the Valkyrie, the enchantress and temptress herself, Gondo." The crowd goes wild and there's gasps, and then emerging, if you want to move yourself to the center of that pit there, Elspeth, emerging across from you is this beautiful winged woman. She is... Oh, that's the wrong creature.
That looks a bit menacing.
I just made the stat sheet for her. There we go. Boom. Emerging across from you, there's this gorgeous 9-foot tall woman. It's just this shadow appears before, just exploding in its sparkling lights. And there's this massive, towering woman. She wears these interwoven bits of leather and chain. They look like giant serpent scales that have just been layered over chainmail. She has the familiar-looking helmet that you're well familiar with, as well as these massive eagle's wings to either side of her that just slowly flap to keep her aloft. In one hand, she has this massive great spear. It looks like the serpent sling spear from Elden Ring. It is just stupidly oversized for somebody like twice her height. She's like 9 feet tall, solid muscle, covered in armor. You can't see an ounce of skin. Her gauntlets end in like clawed fingertips, so she looks like a bird. And the bottom of her beaks, Her boots also have talons, so she can grab onto people as she flies. This is a terrifying nightmare of a woman. And she looks around herself, and then she locks eye contact with you between the skull, through the skull of her helmet, and she says, "Do you really wish to try me again, child?"
I do. We don't have to. We don't have to do this. I think we both know that's how or when.
She laughs and she says, "You know nothing of war. You know nothing of conflict, of service. You are nothing. And you come from nothing. And you will return to nothing." There's a clap of thunder. And she raises her spear. Now, Elspeth, you look out in the crowd. You lock eyes with your friends. And you know they're there with you. They're there to help you. So, Olaf, Hope, what are your hit points?
I have a maximum of 39.
39. And how about
Oh,
you?
you have to fight her?
I have 27.
27. All right. So, Elspeth, for this fight, you can gain 39 and 27 hit points. Your maximum is raised by that amount. In this place, it is like you have had a long rest. So you are fully stocked. You can go nuclear.
Let me just calculate my maximum hit points. I didn't think I'd actually be fighting her.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be 66 plus whatever you have.
Yep.
Alright.
By the way, was I successful in stopping someone for beers?
Yes, you can spot somebody for psychic beers.
This is a this is a great dream. What the fuck?
Hey, Abby, what were the drinks like in the fighting pit? How bad were they?
It was a very seedy place.
All right, so like 50-50 you get Rohypnol in it, or what?
Not they're gonna poison you.
Not that kind of
Keep an eye on
okay.
it.
But it's definitely
they're
not
not
good.
the best.
Yeah.
No.
It's like Bud Light that's been watered down.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So are you ready with your hit points?
I am ready.
All right. Well, she squares up with you, eyes you up and down, and she says, "Well then, little girl, let's have at it. And I would like you to roll initiative."
Okay.
As she also rolls initiative. Oh, I need to change the attribution of her, which stat sheet she's using, because she's a Valkyrie, not a Daring Yes.
I'm so sorry, but I'm just imagining like this, all this build-up, and they're just playing Yahtzee in the ring.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is that not what D&D is?
It's basically Yahtzee. It's Yahtzee with devils. Let's be fair.
Fair.
Bum 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 bum. Oh, so you get the first shot. She's ready. She's got her giant spear, and as you watch, her other hand reaches out, and emerging as the shadow of oh shit, what are they called? Oh, I closed the tab. Control Shift T.
Oh no.
No, again, Control Shift T. There we go. Emerging from her hand as the tangling strands of the beard of a woman, the whispering breath of a fish, and the sound of a cat's footsteps. You see this slender, barely visible chain emerge from her other hand as she whirls this great spear towards you and pulls a chain out of the ether at her side.
Oh. Okay. I'm going to use my action, Activate Radiant Soul, flying back a few feet, flying up into the air a bit, but I don't think that matters.
The ceiling in here is 40 feet, so you have a maximum of 40 feet, and you know the rules of this: you leave the ring, you forfeit.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's to the death.
I'll be 30.
Or to the unconscious, I should say. If you die, you die.
And then I will quicken
Okay.
a shocking ray.
Nice. All right. Not
Oh,
great.
no, wrong one.
Nope. With a 9. Ooh. Not bad at all. The first one deflects off her armor. The second one also deflects off her armor. But the final one gets through.
Oh, only one of those hits.
Yeah.
Okay.
You see, she's
That
fully
is-
decked out in armor, so she's hard to hurt.
18 lightning and 4 radiant.
18
That's
lightning.
some good
Very
rolls.
nice. Very nice.
And I will use another sword. No, I don't think I can use 2 things on one. Magics on
well,
one extra.
unfortunately, the lightning doesn't do as much damage as you would like. However,
Okay.
all of the radiant goes through.
Alright, that's the end of my turn then, I think. Oh, let me just see. Yeah, I don't think I can use 2 on one spell, so that's it.
Okay. Very nice. So you, the rest of you watch as Elspeth's familiar spectral wings emerge out of her back, and she hurls these arcs, these waves of electricity. They arc across the Valkyrie's armor, and she just looks down and laughs, and she says, back at you, "I have ridden with the host of Odin. I have fought beside Thor himself. You think thunder or lightning will affect me? Foolish child." And you see she raises her spear up in the air and shouts in Celestial, calling upon the might of Thor. And she misses. But you watch as a rolling thunderbolt crashes through the ceiling and hits the ground next to you. She will then follow up. She will fly up within 10 feet of you, and she will try to hit you with her whip. Does a 15
That'll
hit?
also miss.
Also a miss. Frustrated, she will spin around and stab at you with her great spear. Also a miss. God damn it. So you are trading blows at this point, flying around one another.
That is a lot of damage
Yep.
on that one. That would have hit.
You survived the first volley of 3 her multi attack.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, I'm going.
assuming there's nothing that Olaf and I can do.
Nope, you
I
are
mean-
lending her your psychic energy. So she
Can we
has.
shout at the like a
Oh,
crowd would?
absolutely. You can shout as much as you want. This is exciting as hell.
Okay,
But
okay.
what you are
This is a bit
providing
about
here
it.
is the extra psychic
I'm
energy.
just saying, because I still have a bardic inspiration.
Yeah, I think your presence here is more you're boosting her psychic energy, giving her the extra sort of oomph to take the punishment that she's undoubtedly going to take during this fight. You don't know what that'll do if she loses, of course.
Willie! Woo!
Olaf
Yeah.
is going to be uncharacteristically silent for the first few bits of the fight, though.
Yeah.
I'll wait for a bit to pipe up.
Fair enough. They're throwing stuff at each other, and they're not managing to fully hit one another.
Alright. I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
All right.
I'm going to make the damage type Thunder.
All right.
Fuck.
All right. You watch as she raises her spear, and just sort of the chromatic orb hits her fist as it's wrapped around the spearhead. And there's a big thunderclap as it strikes. She says, "I told you. I have ridden at the side of the Thunderer himself." And she raises her spear once again to try to stun you once more.
Okay.
There's a crash of sound from up above. And again, the lightning misses you. Barely. Well, actually, not barely. 13 doesn't hit. She follows up, attempting to restrain you once again. Does a 23 hit your AC.
That will hit.
So that's going to be
And there's
5.
nothing I can do about that.
So you're automatically grappled. You need to make a dexterity saving throw or be restrained. If you are
Okay.
restrained, you cannot by any force of your own break the grapple on you.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
All right. So you become restrained as this little piece of Gleipnir wraps itself around you. These bindings, they feel like nothing. They're, like I said, it's the sound of a cat's step, the breath of a fish, the tingling of a woman's beard, which I guess the Norse didn't think was a thing that could happen. Anyway, so you are restrained, and she is now concentrating on it.
Okay.
I'll put a little clock on her. Boop. I believe restraint grants her advantage on her attacks. I don't have my Dungeon Master screen on me, so she will make her spear attack with advantage. Does a 19 hit you?
I'll cast shield.
Okay. Your AC is raised, and the spear deflects off of you.
Blast of thunder that deflects the shield, the spear.
All right. Yeah, her spear glances off, and she just laughs at you as the Gleipnir continues to hold you in place in the air. What do you do on your turn?
I guess I will try and Elspeth at this point realizes is a bit too real for her. She was expecting more of what happened the first time she put the helmet on, and just will say, why do you fight for gods that don't care about you? You could join me instead, fight for ourselves.
She scoffs at you and she says, "The gods care? No, I do not fight for gods whether they care about me or not. I fight because it is my duty. Do you know nothing
And who decided
of duty?"
that?
Did you say who decided that?
Yeah, who decided that?
It was writ in the making of the world, long before any of us were born. Whether they care or not is irrelevant. It is our purpose to serve the grand design.
That seems like a rather boring purpose to me.
She chuckles, and she looks around at the crowd, and she says, "It seems a delightful purpose to me. I am Gondel Wandwielder, outrider of Odin, destroyer of families, ender of armies. I am power itself. Do you forfeit?"
No, and I'm going to shock. I'm going to pull out my bow. Fuck! She's resistant to all. Fuck.
Also,
all
you
I
are
do is lightning.
Which,
I am restrained.
I can pull out my Dungeon Master screen because I just noticed it. Double check what restrain does because bad DM who is very forgetful. Also, sorry, Mia, you're a bit of a spectator this game.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I mean, so are the others. I'm fine.
All right. Restraint. I am a good DM.
I think there was no movement disadvantage on a lot of
Yeah,
stuff.
your speed
and
is 0. You can't benefit from a bonus to your speed. Attack rolls against you are made with advantage, and attack rolls you make are with disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dex saving throws. So you can use your bow.
I can. Yeah, it's just a disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
What happens to concentration if I stun her? Does she still maintain it, or does she drop it?
I believe it is dropped. It may actually say that in the DM screen. Stunned. Incapacitated, can't move, and can speak falteringly. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Incapacitated. I don't think you can concentrate well. Can't take actions or reactions if you're incapacitated. I would rule that the concentration would drop.
Different from stunned. Incapacitated is you're unconscious.
Well, stunned is a stunned creature is incapacitated. So yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
I would reason that would be dropping the concentration. So yes.
Okay. I'm going to try shock and grasping her and stun using a sorcery point to stun.
Okay.
18 to hit.
How are you going to use a touch spell against a creature that is 10 feet from you?
Oh, I'm not. Can I not move?
Nope.
No.
Okay, in that case, could I just do Arc Bolt then?
Arc Bolt.
I thought I was looking at the map, so I just assumed I was.
Nope. Nope. She's got you locked in place in the air. You can't move.
Okay. So. Okay. Fuck.
Yeah, unfortunately, your arc bolt is deflected off of her armor. She laughs once again, and she says, "It is our purpose to serve the grand design, to keep the world going and going and going. Don't you understand, child? The world is a wheel, rolling and rolling and rolling. If it stops, what will happen to the wheel? We can't allow such a thing. The wheel must roll, the wagon must move, the Valkyrie must fight."
Is the death curse part of your god's grand design?
I will do her attacks, and then she will respond to you.
Alright,
So she will try to stun you.
that will hit.
That'll hit you, so you need to make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Oh my.
10 lightning.
Oh, it's not going good anymore.
Ooh, that's a crit fail. So you are stunned until
Yeah.
the end of her next turn. She has advantage anyway.
Yep.
She follows up with 21 damage altogether.
Oh, God.
And she will follow up with another spear attack. Does a 16 hit? Or is that deflected by
16 does just hit.
Okay. So that's another 25.
I'm on 31 hit points.
As she wails on you. So as you are stunned there, faltering, as your turn passes, she will get... I think at this point she's going to get real close, and she approaches you and peers right into your face with her skull eyes. And she says, "You mortals, you Midgardians, your animals, beasts of burden, tools in a war that is greater than you can understand. There is no will, there is no freedom, there is nothing but the machine that we are all here to serve and to keep moving. Just keep moving." And with this, she will forego the Thunderbolt this time and get 3 Great Spear attacks with advantage. 1, 2, 3. One of them misses.
Those will hit.
That's a 21 lightning, though, so yeah.
I'm down.
The last thing you see as she towers over you, she runs the spear right through your chest and pulls you up close to her face. You could see past the armor for a second. And there is a beautiful woman's face behind that. She's sad and scared. But the armor, the grimace of the skull remains superimposed over top. And she says, "We only have one purpose. His purpose, his design, the All-Father's design." As you are rended fully through with this spear. And she drops your body to the ground. Hope and Olaf, I'm going to need the two of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Yep. We're in the mind space of a dying person.
Mm-hmm.
Am I able to respond, or am I just... I'm stunned?
You'll have a chance to speak, for sure, as you are taking this psychic damage. Okay, so Olaf, you wake with a gasp back in the real world. You're at 1 hit point. I need one from...
Constitution?
yeah. Hope. Same thing. You wake with a gasp at 1 hit point, panting, and in a lot of psychic pain. So, Elspeth, you see this towering woman, but you saw a glimpse behind the mask for just a moment.
I saw that. I saw the face. You said she was scared.
Yeah. It was a face. It looked a lot like yours, in a very Luke Skywalker in the pit with Darth Vader on Dagobah. You recognized yourself in that face, and despite all of the things she is saying, your passive insight is enough that you know she doesn't really believe it, but it's all that's keeping her going.
I'll just say, Elspeth will just say as she's thinking she's maybe going to die here. I'm so sorry that she can't see a different way. Life can be so much more. I've experienced it myself.
Yeah. She just scoffs at you, and that little bit of transparency disappears, and the mask fully reasserts itself. Yeah, and she just puts that boot on your chest with the talons. They dig into your chest, and she throws you. Yeah. Make a death saving throw.
Okay. 8.
So 1 failure. Now, back in the real world. Hope and Olaf, you awake gasping at 1 hit point, in a lot of pain. Your heads are pounding. Lucia and Azaka, what you guys saw is Elspeth, Olaf, and Hope were holding hands in a circle. Olaf and Hope woke with a gasp, and you just watch as Elspeth just sort of woodenly just falls backwards off the seat where she was sitting and is laying on the ground, unmoving.
I guess Olaf, at least. I assume Hope is going to do as much. He's going to run over to Elspeth and just check on their condition.
Okay. You can tell she
Yeah,
has
probably.
died. It does
Yeah,
not
he
take
probably
much.
has like blood dripping out of his mouth from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
intense psychic whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
If we can tell that she's dying, then I will cantrip spare the dying on her.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, you stabilize her. Beautiful. Crisis averted.
That cantrip, so good.
It's so good.
Such a good choice.
It's so good. Yeah. Roll a d4, Abby.
Okay.
IRL or in the game, either or.
3.
3 hours
hours.
of unconsciousness.
3 hours of unconsciousness. So how do you guys?
Healing. Does anyone have
Olaf is
magical
gonna,
healing?
Yeah, Olaf is going to take off his gloves. It's basically his logic behind it is try and get the magic as close to her as possible, try to do as much good as possible. And you can see sort of these tattooed lines and inscriptions on his palms. He hasn't shown anyone before. Mm-hmm. And he's going to go ahead and just... Oh, wait. That didn't seem to work. This, maybe? I don't think I can cast at high level. He's to cast Cure Wounds and...
Yeah. Well, she comes to consciousness regardless. 9 hit points.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Am I okay?
You're you. It
And
hurts.
You, and me.
It hurts a lot.
I'm just gonna try. I know it probably won't work, but I'm gonna try and find the seam of the helmet.
Yeah. You run your fingers along it and nope. Still connected to your neck.
I'm so sorry. I thought that if not beat her, I could at least convince her.
She's a little too powerful, it seems.
You do notice a new feature of the helmet, however, which will become apparent as the night goes on. Where is your helmet of gone Gondal's helm. There we go. Edit. Boop. Boop. You have furthered your journey with the helmet. So the curse has increased beyond just, being permanently sealed to your head.
Oh, God.
So, now, the armor cannot be removed while you're attuned to it, and you cannot voluntarily end your attunement to it. If you're targeted by a spell that ends the curse, blah, 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 the regular way you break curses. The armor requires fresh blood to be fed to it. Immediately after you finish any long rest, you must either feed it half of your remaining hit dice to the armor, round it up, or you take 1 level of exhaustion.
Ooh.
So there is now a
God.
time limit on this, because you only regain half of your expended hit dice at the end of a long rest. So,
Yep.
yeah.
I'm going to melt this helmet down when we get the chance.
Good luck.
At this
Your
point,
head
I
inside?
wouldn't test.
Well, what did you say, Elspeth?
At this point, I wouldn't protest.
Well, we'll see if we can remove it first.
Wait. Do you... okay, that changes things.
And I'm going to roll a d20 to verify my theory.
Okay.
Yep. That's great.
Give me a history check, but you can use your spellcasting ability modifier for it. So, spellcasting ability check.
Okay.
But it's going to be regarding history.
11.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Olaf,
Oh, Olaf.
because this is about the
sorry.
nature of the helmet. Since
So
you are an artificer.
So my history is a +3. So if I just use my spellcasting modifier, that's also a +3.
Okay, yeah. So
Yes.
whichever one's higher is my point.
Yeah.
That would just be like a regular history check roller.
Oh, you're right.
I love this shit. I'm getting karma.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
You
gonna roll
have
again,
no
see what
idea how you
happens.
would go around getting the helmet off, other than a random curse. Other than how you would normally deal with curses. You don't know anything about this particular avenue.
Yeah, I've not been rolling well, it seems.
No. But I mean, you are here to expand your skills as an artificer. So if you progress your personal storyline, you may gain skills, but you don't gain any
May happen.
insights at the moment.
At least I'm not getting haunting fucking nightmares.
Yet.
Oh fuck! I should have said anything.
All right. So shaken, Azaka will look up to you, Lucia, and say, she is trying to do good in her own way, however flawed and myopic and angsty. She is older than you.
I just give a cold look towards Elspeth. I don't know if you're right about that. Whenever I look at her now, just see my mother. The way she acts, the way she stands, like every single tiny bit about her. The way she fights. The way she carries herself. She did try to oppose her will on that Valkyrie in the helm. And no matter what, I cannot accept that one.
Azaka nods. She says, not all mothers are fit to the role. My mother made mistakes. I think they balanced out positively in the end. Sounds like this mother didn't.
She was gonna kill me the moment she got a new daughter.
You watch, for the first time since she's got it, Azaka pulls the tiger's mask off her face. And you see a different set of eyes on the other side. There's little bristles of fur beginning to push their way through her skin. And then as you're looking into feline eyes, and she says, I am so sorry, my child.
I just go sideways a bit and lay my head against her. She's enormous. I don't think I would even reach her chest.
No. She holds you close to her chest. You can feel the skin rippling under you. She says, it's been a really stressful day.
We should get some rest, all of us.
I need to run. Hunt. I don't want you to see that.
Are you sure I cannot come with you? I don't want to be with them at the moment. Even if you transform, I don't think... Looking at them, I see what they would see in you if they knew.
She nods and she says, there are beasts in all of us, Lucia. Some of them are harder to tame than others. Whatever she's going through, she's not your mother. Whatever your mother's going through, I hope it destroyed her. She will take your hand and leap off of the tree. And the rest of you, all you hear is a splash. And then there's this awful loud tearing sound, and there's a roar of some sort of bestial monster. You ride piggyback off into the night, Lucia. It is
what the fuck?
It is ecstatic.
It was pretty badass.
It is delightful. It is exuberant. We can talk about how traumatic it is for you specifically.
I think at this moment, just rushing through the night with that is actually kind of liberating.
She's not trying to kill things. She's mainly just running. She just needs to move. She hasn't let it out in several days.
Yeah.
Where the fuck
I've
did
been gone for like a week.
Where the fuck did that girl go? Azaka! What the fuck?
Bye.
Yeah.
You just left 3 people with a total of 11 hit points alone in a dangerous jungle.
Yeah, one of them has no spell slots as well.
Levi looks up from where they've just been, watching all of this. They're flipping their coin back and forth like a Harvey Dent, and I think we'll end the session. They're just gonna hum to themselves, and they're gonna say, "My love is the sort of thing you have to earn, and when you've earned it, you won't need it." And they're gonna wink at you, Elspeth, and they're gonna say, "They're all fucking bastards." And that's where we'll end today's session.
I'm so confused, man.
Weird stuff. I know we're ending a little early.
In this world.
We're ending a little early, but I don't think an extra 10 minutes would get us.
Yeah. I kind of love what you're doing with NPC Levi, to be honest.
I love them a lot. Hana gave me such a cool concept, and they didn't get a chance to play too much of it, so if Hana listens to the VODs, I hope they like them, because I definitely love the concept of Levi. And I'm running with it in a different direction than PC Levi. But you know what? It's my PC now.
You forfeited all rights.
Yeah, exactly.
No takesy backseat.
Custody.
They're creepy.
NPC stands for not your PC.
Yes, not your PC, my PC. All right, so comedy tragedy. We'll remember this time. What are we thinking? We
Tragedy
didn't use the
is
tragedy.
probably Elspeth, because she got fucking dunked on.
She got fucking destroyed.
She got turned into a yo-yo by some Valkyrie bitch. And Olaf didn't even get like a moment to be like, oh, this is the point where the fight turns around and Elspeth gets her shot. So I'm saving that. I'm saving that line.
If the two would have failed the con saves, would they have just been knocked out?
Yes, they would also be dying.
Oh my. Yeah, I would take care of those two, but I wouldn't take care of
man, sure, it's a good thing I made that save.
Basically,
if you didn't make
were
the save, Elspeth might have died.
Yeah, you were surrendering yourselves to the process. So whatever her fate was would be your fate too.
I thought I had a chance.
Yeah.
Honestly, if you were a little luckier, if you'd landed a stun, her hit points were about level with yours, with the bonus.
Okay.
So she has a lot more AC than you. She does a lot more
resistance.
damage.
She had resistance to all the damage I did.
Almost like I thought about that when I was thinking about this. So that's a tragedy for Elspeth. Did we have a funny moment?
Session 11.
Yes, thus ends session 11.
Did we have it?
The horny but also sad episode.
The sad funny
comedy. I got to hug my mom.
That's pretty great. I mean, in terms of like positive energies,
also
hugging mom is pretty good.
For someone else, suggestion. Also, once again, none of us use tragedy or comedy.
No, we did use the comedy.
Lucia used the comedy.
Lucia used the comedy.
Oh, we did use the comedy? Yep. Okay.
Yep. Mia used the comedy.
I never used mine.
Nope. That would have helped in the fight, actually.
I was going to suggest Lucia for getting to...
Sorry, yes.
I was going to suggest Lucia for getting to go on a pig ride.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. But she had it last time, so that can't be twice in a row. Don't forget about the tragedy, because that actually could have helped in that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot.
To be fair, I also forgot. So, these things happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. Comedy for
Olaf did anything.
I mean, Olaf's just existing.
Olaf's just oblivious. Olaf's just generally oblivious to everything, which is adorable.
Honestly, he's just happy the universe isn't fucking with him right now.
Yep.
He's like, you know what? I'm keeping my head down.
Yeah, he looks to his left, he sees a girl being possessed. Looks to his right, he sees a guy being burned from his tears. He looks to the other way, he sees this dying waif of a girl with anemia.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm keeping my head down. The universe is fucking with me today. The only normal
person in this party.
Yeah, he just pats Fenrir on the head. Yeah,
I want to explore more. I want to ask Olaf about himself at some point. Next set.
I have ideas.
We need to learn more about Olaf.
I have ideas. I'm going to torment all of you. I think what I'm learning is one. The antidepressants are really fucking with me. So coming off of them, I feel like I have more storytelling energy than I've had for the last little while. So that's something.
Nice.
But also, we know you well enough now that I can begin tormenting your characters, because I feel like, we're established a little more.
Yeah.
Just give me the trauma. There's enough to choose from.
Exactly.
I mean, Hope finally has a quest, like a side quest, rather.
Yep. To be fair, you did know about that. I did talk to you about that ahead of time.
I did know about it.
Yeah. Riley knew. Hope didn't know yet. That reminds me. I haven't dropped anything for Lucia's side quest. I need to remember to do that.
That's true.
Yeah. I am writing a lot more about Seat in My Pants than I did last time, and it's very fun. Sorry.
If Hope and Ellie survive this, and he gets the chalice, and they can all be a family again.
Yeah, with probably no bad consequences. There will be absolutely no bad consequences for
of
going to
course
hell
not.
and reversing the fate
Absolutely
of
no
one of
bad
the fallen angels of
consequences.
Asmodeus. Totally.
Of course.
There won't be any backlash. I can't imagine what could happen.
Man, I just want my airship, okay? I don't need these cosmic fucking events.
Oh, I want to get this
just
kid
asking
out of my head.
Yeah, the Valkyrie is really messing with you.
You earned it.
I'm hoping the Oracle can maybe what's that? Remove curse, counter spell.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah,
remove
we
person
already
and
know
another
she can
thing.
remove curse because we talked about it.
It's 5 days to the Oracle, though.
Are we not calling this the Horny one?
I haven't named it yet, did I? I don't. We
you
can
put-
call it the Horny one. I mean, there were lots of horns in
What
it.
else with that?
It's just called
Oh.
Elspeth.
Why did I put Elspeth?
Maybe
didn't-
if Elspeth was fucking dead.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's if it was like the epitaph, the eulogy,
Yeah.
like maybe.
No, the Horny one is a good title because there were lots of horns. There was an Aaron Yes with horns. There was a Valkyrie with horns. There was a Tiefling with horns.
Yeah.
They were dick jokes.
There were dick jokes. Oh, another
There's
thing
a
about
bunch of horny
Gondel's
boys,
regalia.
and then
Gondel had a horn around her belt. That is another important thing about Gondel specifically, as opposed to other Valkyries.
Okay.
That's something that sets her
Oh.
aside.
Wait
Like a-
minute,
like a
is that
drinking
the
horn.
horn that signals.
No, not a horn, a drinking horn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never
But
mind.
very clearly magical. So.
Do you want more magic items from the Valkyrie mummy?
I've read a synopsis of a poem that has Gondel in it. I have yet to read the actual poem itself because it's really flowery language, and I'm very out of practice for reading Middle English.
So thinking about this curse thing, it basically limits my hit dice for the rest of the mission.
Yes.
Because what'll happen is, say I go the whole day without using anything, I just regain half and then spend
Then
half.
you lose half.
But if I use one, and then I regain half and with 3, I'm down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I basically have a set number of hit dice until
Yep.
this thing comes
Yep.
up.
This is also scalable, right? Because when you want to challenge her again, if you can get more friends to come with you, or if you become more powerful, this is doable. This is doable. It's just a matter of whether you survive long enough to
Maybe-
do it.
I think
try
when I
again.
get to my plan is, I was planning on having this be the plan until she pissed me off talking about hope like that.
Yeah.
But I was gonna get to the Oracle and be like, hey, we can work with this. I can beat your ass, or she can just like pop this helmet off, and you can have like a dirt bath for the rest of your life.
Exactly. Just bury her in the ground.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
give her that ultimatum,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Yeah, I think
I
what
was
you've learned
thinking
interacting
monk.
with her is she is definitely a person.
Yeah.
That front of being extremely angry and aggressive. This is a deeply hurt person. I don't know if I roleplayed that effectively. I kind of just told you, but
Yeah, I'll see if I don't know how you go about convincing someone that's so like iron set on their beliefs that like I don't know.
It's. I think in this situation, it's more about changing perspectives. It's not about saying you are wrong because you are wrong and this is the right answer, but you are wrong because you're looking at it for the wrong reasons or something like that. Like,
I don't know. I don't have an answer. That's up to you guys to figure out.
if
It's
you
like the
can
magic items from
reframe
last
their
time.
perspective, almost like if they're like, "Oh, I'm for the betterment of humanity," it's like, well, you're
don't
being an
care
active
about-
part in their downfall.
It's like Strahd's magic items from our last game. I did not have a plan. I just told you what the themes were, and I was waiting for you to come up with something clever to undo them. So,
Most of the time, like, if I don't want to plan something explicitly, I just throw around my players until they do something entertaining. It's like, yeah, that works.
yeah, that works. Yep. So yeah. Any other
But
questions?
Abby, you tell no one.
Any other questions, comments, or concerns? Anything we need to talk about?
No, I don't think so.
All right. Well, if you have any ideas, if you have any requests, if you have anything else to add to the palette, feel free to. And feel free to hit me up if you have any ideas.
I'm curious about one thing.
Yes.
would Azaka and Lucia just be gone for the whole night, or would they be back for when the turn for the lookout starts after like 4 hours?
You'll be back in time to have your long rest. Because of the nature of Azaka's affliction, she doesn't need to have a full rest to get the full rest, if you know what I mean. And you only need 4 hours of downtime.
So basically, we both just are gone for like half the night.
Yeah, you'll be okay. Yeah, you'll get.
I'm guessing they would like run around for a couple of hours, and then it would just be Azaka resting in Lucia's
yeah, basically. And I mean,
and then they go back.
Yeah, if you come across something, Azaka is a predator, but I mean, she's not going out to kill things. She just wants to stretch her legs because she's been herself for a little too long.
Yeah. So they just go on and they come back somewhere in the middle of the night, and then are like, I think it's our watch time now. And they're like, what the fuck?
Basically.
Where did we go wrong?
Yeah. I think the only other thing is, you're just, the rest of you are just sitting there. Levi takes the first watch tonight, and they're just that weirdly purple skin and those like those really dark, deep set eyes and that top knot of white hair. It's like looking at you. It's weird, with the fire reflecting off of those beady little eyes. Just flipping that coin, just silently watching.
They're like the what is it? It's like the archetype of like the really like well dressed man who ends up just being the devil.
Basically, yeah.
There's a word.
Initially, I think Hana was thinking more like a more roguish Aragorn.
Yeah.
And I kind of get that vibe. They're kind of a strider, but a little more complicated.
Yeah, I don't mean that they're evil or anything. Like they're just the
it's
they're
almost
kind of
menacing how they're not there until they are, but they always have been there.
It's like the guy from the villain of Princess and the Frog, the voodoo guy.
Yep.
I don't know what he's called, but he has a really good villain song.
He does.
Oh fuck, I
Friends
love
on the
him.
Other Side.
Like this entire vibe is great.
That movie's terrible, but that excellent song.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're at 3 hours and 50 minutes of the recording, so sounds like a good VOD to me.
Yeah.
Hit me up if you want to. Hana, if you listen to this, hit me up. I'm happy to talk about what Levi's up to. Or if you don't have the bandwidth for it, that's all good too. I love you guys. I love this game. I don't like Wizards of the Coast, but D&D is fun.
D&D is very fun.
Gary Gygax is in a thin fucking line.
Oh,
I can't remember why though.
Queen Victoria.
Oh, he's dead.
Queen Victoria's Day is on Monday. I just want to reiterate that monarchs are terrible and fuck the monarchy. And I sincerely hope that Charles dies a miserable, horrible death like the pedophile he is.
Wait, is Charles a pedophile?
I would assume
Are
so.
they all?
They're all pedophiles, let's be honest.
I would assume so.
If you cover for your brother, who is...
Yeah.
No, he actually kicked him
pedophile
out
by
of the
association
family.
at the very least.
Did they?
Well, Charles, the
Okay.
moment he became monarch, he actually like kicked out or did something
that
to
is
basically
one,
say
yeah.
"fuck you, Andrew."
Yeah, he was stripped of his earlship or whatever, right? Something like that.
Yeah. Wait,
Anyway. The
Aw.
Epstein's best
Oh, that's
friend.
nice at least.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Anyway. Bye.
Oh,
Fuck the
next
monarchy.
week is no D&D, I
Fuck
think, because it should be the last
Yes.
weekend.
I forgot to mention, it's different this week. One of my players in Curse of Strahd moved away, so they're not actually going. He's not actually going to be in town this month at all. So June 4th is going to be my Curse of Strahd game. So
Okay, so next week we have normal D&D, and then
next
the
week
week
normal
after.
D&D. Week after that, I'll be AWOL.
Nice.
That is convenient for me because it is the week when I start my vacation
Well, it won't
and
be
also 2 days
AWOL.
before my
We'll-
birthday,
we'll-
and when I move to Belgium for family stuff and looking for flats.
Sounds good.
So
Also,
that's neat.
yeah, we won't be AWOL, Riley.
Oh well, there's a difference between a planned abs.
Oh, true.
Right, I go and get some food.
No, you won't be a
Bye.
Wall Spencer. You'll be a Spencer.
That's true.